Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Shadows of the Last War, episode 7. How are we doing out there? Cast, hi guys, how are you doing?
It'll be the last war today.
This is?
So,
Man.
Cutlass is gonna cut us.
I really hope not. For the sake of the longevity of this game, I really hope not. But
just because the Catfolk wanted a little coffee.
Yeah,
it's not. Listen, if we've learned anything, it's that Anju's really good at talking his way out of things. So,
Did we learn that?
oh right, no, it was the opposite. Yeah, I must be remembering wrong.
Yeah, I mean, likely, but are we mad at you for it? I'm not. This is gonna be good either way.
No.
So this is our episode 7 of Shadows of the Last War. Man, you guys have somehow you've managed to cover a ton of ground and almost none at the same time. So I'm very excited to see where tonight goes because it's fresh in my mind. The challenge is going to be I don't want to say vast, but there's going to be a lot of depth, and you'll have to peel back the layers on this onion because it's going to be good. I'm very excited for it. So, without further ado, let's talk about what happened last time we played, guys, if we can do that. Anybody want to take it away?
We discussed traveling to Dargoon.
Yeah, we're trying to find transportation, and airship is the fastest way. So we're trying to force as hard as possible for us to get on an airship.
Yep. But we found out that Cain is afraid of flying.
Yeah, he is. He's a little spooked.
He doesn't like heights.
He made us think about it when we were like, let's take an airship.
But his
we voted like
humbleness.
4 million times.
Yes, we did a group vote. And
the funniest part is he's like, I count for 3 votes. And then Sarah's like, okay.
You still lose.
But we still outvote you.
Yeah. Even when
I heard that part.
The additional votes, he was still outvoted. Taking the train, because he's like, let's take the train, the light rail. It's like this cool technology powered by like these cool things. And it's like, well, no, we got to take an airship and get there fast.
But Anju had a couple, like Anju knew some deets about the airships and like the options that were available to us.
Yes.
But we decided to not go for more shady routes. But hey, we ended up in the shady routes anyway.
Apparently, yeah.
That is true.
That's so good.
Yeah. That's man, that's perfect. Actually, thank you for that. Nothing can go wrong, right? Nothing can go wrong. Can you guys remember the name of the tavern?
You tell that to our lovely friend whose inn is now been eaten by the void.
Don't remind.
No, I mean, you guys gave her a lot of money. She'll get it figured out.
But
you're welcome.
It was her like.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think that.
Sorry, Ben, you were about to say something.
Yeah, you're welcome is. That's right.
Fix it.
Yeah. It should fix it. It should.
It's a net positive, really, when you think about it.
You get to remodel, renovate.
Yeah.
Spruce it up.
Positive thinking.
I don't know if that's what she was hoping for with your patronage, but that's what she got. Yeah, and it'll work out. It'll work out for the best. What happened before you left the university? Was there anything prominent that may have occurred before you left Morgrave?
Definitely things. I even saw someone staring at us.
Little shadow figure.
Area. Yeah.
Little guy.
Some hooded person.
Hooded little guy.
And then we stayed in Cain's study with Idio, which was amusing because Idio was trying to hit on Sera. But
yes, he made me a bed of books, which was
honestly for me that'd be pretty romantic.
It was not. It would have been if really like a bed of books isn't that much more comfortable than like the floor. So like
yeah.
He picked out the soft ones for you though.
Yeah, he was feeling the book covers.
It is sweet that he tried.
But we let the big thing, besides, Idio hitting on Sera not successfully. He even tried to like get her to take her armor off. He was trying hard.
It was a little aggressive.
Yeah.
And
Little
then
creepy.
didn't y'all put him?
We
in his
agreed
place?
to let Cain
Anju had a
examine the
thing.
shard was the big thing.
Anju was accused of cock blocking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And it was like, I mean, when she's describing how difficult and long it takes to take the armor off,
Yeah,
like
I was like, you know,
you're
if we were
probably
in
not gonna
danger,
smash.
It would take me like 15 minutes to put this armor back on. So
Well, I mean, you gotta
He's
you
like,
gotta
I
bear in
can
mind.
wait.
You know, like bear in mind for a moment, right?
I got time.
His best and really only friend is Ivan, who is, for all intents and purposes,
you don't get chicks.
handsome as sin. He's always been the wingman, and he's not a good wingman by any stretch of the mind. So give him this opportunity where he's now like basically terminally handsome. He doesn't know what to do with it. He has no idea how to flex this muscle that's been given to him, and
Well, he got a good practice in.
Yeah, he
And then
tried.
Ivan gave
Yeah.
him some tips.
yeah, he did. He gave him some tips. He gave him some tips.
If Sarah
Tip
wasn't
number one, not that.
smitten with Hal, maybe, but she's too lost in the sauce with her assassin
You know?
boyfriend.
I don't think anyone blames you for that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I
You are
think-
in fact.
Mm-hmm.
What's that, Ben?
There's just, there's more party members if Idio would just look around.
Anju, you're interested?
Is Anju offering? You did ask
I mean,
him to
look-
remove his
You
shirt.
It's
did
like
actually
it's-
offer
it's-
to get into the bed with him, right? Or someone did. No, Cain did.
No, that wasn't me. That was
Cain tried to get in bed with Idio, and Idio was like, no.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, you said the blanket was so big.
Did.
You like used his argument against him. It was so good.
Look, he's a good-looking guy. He's terminally handsome.
Yeah, he's got to catch up verbally to his new profound lack therein of ugly
Yes.
duckling status. So
He
he'll
definitely-
figure it out.
He definitely started what felt like a villain arc. His vibe was way off.
It was incelly, yeah.
And then he like really took it personal that we like used him. It's like it really wasn't that deep, but Anju, took responsibility. He felt bad because Anju likes him. Thinks he's a good dude. Doesn't, but I think I got like a sense motive or something. It was just like he was obviously just pissed and didn't accept the apology and he was pouting. He was just pouting in a way that felt like a Joker moment. Like. So we'll see. We'll see how it
Yeah.
turns out.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
This-
the big thing
Go ahead.
was Cain.
Us focusing
Cain
on stuff that's
examining
not
the shard.
vital.
Yeah, Cain examining the shard. What did you uncover with that?
Not shit. Except for that it cracked.
Yeah.
And then we disappeared the shards with some wild magic. We don't
Yeah.
know what happened to those.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
just-
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh,
wild
yep.
magic made him go bye-bye.
I don't know what happened. I might have put them all inside of us or something.
Yeah,
I
no-
hope
nothing can
so.
go wrong.
Cain tried to cast a spell.
No, that wasn't me. Oh no, I did.
It was
no,
me.
You did try. and
I
then-
did try to guess a spell.
It was me. I was trying to
I don't know.
detect magic.
You were trying to detect magic, and it didn't go smoothly. Good news, I can tell you guys this, that there is very low amounts of wild magic today, at least courtesy of Patreon.
Is this
Um,
even a
That's
bub
nice.
stream?
Right?
I know, right? But hey, once we're into March, it lapses and everybody gets their charges back, so they can make more happen. So that's kind of up to you guys. If you are a Patreon supporter at the right tier, you guys can start throwing in wild magic events. You just gotta hop on Patreon at the right level. You can make it happen. So as it stands right now,
Or just, give us magic items
Yeah.
or luck
Like
rerolls.
healing
If
potions.
If someone gives 20
Yeah.
subs, I'll make drunken Cobalt cast a spell.
Oh,
Oh God.
that is a promise by Frost there, and that too can be arranged. So you guys have one
do it
luck
for
reroll right
15.
now.
There was also an arm wrestle. We
There
can't not
was.
talk about that.
Oh, yeah. The arm wrestle of the ages,
Yeah,
of legends.
yeah.
That's so close.
It you know what?
Yeah.
It was a little shaky. They had us in the first half, but
Yeah.
changed. That went into Ivan's favor, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
you almost
the-
got
every
beat by an
single
old
luck
man.
reroll that I had.
Clutched it
Imagine
out.
the embarrassment if I had beaten you that you would have had to endure. But you
Clutch
didn't.
rerolls.
What would have Ivan done had he lost to Cain in that moment?
Probably would have become an alcoholic. Never would have come down off the laudanum.
Oh man, that's well, I mean, I guess that's how the cookie crumbles. So your session
And then
ended.
Anju apologized to Idio
He did in fact.
and offered him a favor.
Yeah, which unfortunately he can't cash it this time. Maybe when you guys
There is
return.
one more thing that happened.
Please enlighten me.
I don't know if I've realized it yet, but I have webbed feet and hands now.
You do.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
permanently.
Yeah. I don't know if I've
Sorry about
realized it
that.
yet.
You swim fast as a motherfucker, though.
You
Yeah.
do.
Like a little fish.
I got like a +4 or something to my swim.
Yeah.
Oh, because I tried to give you guidance.
And
I
swim
think.
speed. Your swim speed
Yeah.
adjusted to it's 40. You swim faster than you run.
Magic
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
about that.
It's just like in real life.
You were a swimmer. Yeah, that's right. See?
What?
Yeah. It's perfect.
And I can't run because I have asthma, so it's very true actually. I can swim faster than I can run.
Perfect.
It's
Yours-
bold. You said when we return, not if.
Yeah, well, I mean,
When we return from where exactly?
we'll figure that out. Your session ended with you guys at the Oaken Barrel, a tavern. Let's begin with our session. You guys have one luck reroll. It's up to the chat
Yay.
and those supporting. If they would like to give more, it's at 10 gifted subs. In this case, you guys have
We may need
seven
it.
more before we had our second luck reroll.
Is Oaken Barrel one word or two words?
Oaken space barrel.
I was thinking oak and barrel.
The Oaken Barrel sits in the lower levels of Sharn. Amidst dimly lit alleys and leaning buildings, its facade weather-worn, with flickering lanterns casting eerie shadows. Graffiti marks the nearby walls, hinting at the illicit activities thriving in the area. Inside the tavern's dimly lit interior seems to foster an atmosphere of sordid affairs. You can tell it draws a very diverse crowd of patrons seeking refuge from the city and its laws above. We left with Anju holding his finger asking for coffee, but not before being spotted by someone of infamy. Recognized wholly by the lot of you, he introduced himself at one point, particularly to you, Scout, as Cutlass. His last meeting was less than excellent. He was hunting you, particularly the woman from House Cannith. Before you fled, his body size doubled. He went from 6 to 7 feet tall to about 14 feet tall. And he weighs about 2,000 pounds, based on the amount of chairs that have been crushed under his weight.
Talk about the elephant in the room.
Very much so.
Yeah. And he's just
Heyo.
chilling in this tavern. Like, does he look like he stands out to everybody, or is he,
Very,
like-
very much. He
Okay.
stands out. But you have to bear in mind, in a tavern like this, standing out is sort of the nature of things. When you glance around, everyone stands out. His company, the individual that you've come seeking, someone by the name of the Captain, a Warforged, which you can tell is a combat model based on what you see by sheer size, with a copper nose bolted and riveted to his face, with an almost cartoonishly large aluminum mustache hanging widely down.
Captain Mustache.
Captain Mustache. And we begin here. He stands. He begins scanning the room as he's now seen Anju. What does everyone do?
Do we all notice him, or is it just on?
I was gonna say, have I even seen him?
Anju has not seen him.
I mean, I'm making my way still towards Captain Mustache. I got Scout on my shoulder.
Scout, you bear witness to this Warforged that you have, I wouldn't say become intimately aware of, but you at least know his story. You're on the shoulder of Ivan Freely. Ivan, you begin walking over to this individual, subtly known and only as the Captain. You weren't given any more information on him, other than a Warforged, or at least someone with a very large mustache. You think you found just whom that is. Ivan, the chair skirts back, you hear it rake across the wood, bits of splintered pieces of wood kick off the legs. And as he stands, he towers over everyone in the establishment. And his eyes
Big boy?
are trained on Anju. You recognize him.
Oh. Oh, wait, because Cutlass was sitting at the same table with
Yes.
Captain Mustache. Correct. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up our old map because I'm trying to figure out where the hell. Oh, there it is.
I think
So
I'm
we're
going
trying to
with-
go to Sterngate, correct?
Yes. Yeah, no, your goal is to make it to the city of Rukundral. And Sterngate is if you were to travel by lightning rail, you would pass through Sterngate in a series of other cities. If you utilize airship, you will bypass all of the military checks and everything that kind of is associated with it.
Ah, okay. So I have now noticed that Cutlass is here.
Yes.
Kind of obvious. Okay.
I guess I'm going with
You're going to the bar.
morning coffee induced
Yeah.
tunnel vision,
Yeah.
or lack thereof.
You make it
induced.
to the bar, Anju. And there is there's a thinner man, probably similar. Think Rendell by description, but just a little bit shorter, probably on your height. Sleeves rolled up. He's got stains across, very ragged and worn, holes through some of it. But his vest is tightly pressed to his chest. What are you having?
A pot of coffee, extra strong.
A
please.
full pot.
Yes, I did not misspeak.
All right, certainly coming right up. You got money, right? You can pay.
Yeah, yep.
All right. He turns away and he begins to make a pot, gathering the materials to eschew for the darkest of brews. What about Sera and Cain?
I'm following Anju to the bar and leaning against his side.
Okay, all right. Sera?
Smell nice.
Sure. I suppose I will follow Ivan and Scout
Sure.
and I'll go with them to make sure that all goes well
Got it. Okay.
in case they need backup.
Sera, you likewise, maybe moments, we're talking seconds at best. You'll hear the sound of the wood scraping across the floor, and then you'll see the daunting, towering figure. Cloak barely hanging across the shoulders, it is cinched tightly with what looks to be hemp cord. It's Cutlass. Your last meeting was less than exciting. Though he doesn't seem to notice you, his attention is drawn specifically to the catfolk known as Anju, and
How
the man
close
in his
is he to me?
company.
Okay.
Probably
Wait, so-
25 or so feet.
I'm
Okay.
closer to him, but he's not paying attention to me.
There's a reason he's not paying attention to you. He's watching Cain.
Watching Cain, not Anju.
Well, look over here.
Okay. When I notice Cutlass,
Kane's all fucked up right now, right?
Cain? Yeah. Yes, he is.
All right.
Feeling good.
I'm going to once I begin following them, but then I notice Cutlass and I see his eyes diverting to Cain. That concerns me.
Sure.
So I'm going to head over to Cain and try to like move him to.
Oh, this is Mr. Pence. Where are we going?
We're gonna
Can I-
go sit down somewhere.
Can I pull
I
up a
was just
stool or a
sitting.
chair?
Sure. Yeah, I think you can do that. That shouldn't be unreasonable. Do you just kind of Does it reach beneath a current patron, or do you pull up? What do you do? Explain this to me.
Anything empty, but you know, like the classic like cocky guy pull up a chair, but like put it backwards so I can lean over it. Like
Yes.
Like I've been here before and I own the place almost. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you sort of exhibiting some confidence with this?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Do you want to be aggressive, or do you think you just want to simply just be confident?
Confident and cocky, but not aggressive. I'm not trying to spark any anger out of him.
Okay. Is this
trying to be?
Give me a performance.
Do I like, Sarah? Would I see you like, kind of?
Yeah, you
looking,
probably.
I feel like at this point I might sense that something's a little off.
Yeah, I'm.
Do I have the coffee yet?
No, it's still brewing. It's gonna take a little bit of
Forever.
time. Ivan, you whip around a stool that seems to have half of a broken back on it. What seems to remain is like a bit of a 2x4 that's been carved and shaped into look like a laureate of roses. But you hang on to it, and it's mostly garbage. But as you flip it around and you pull up this seat, you're still not noticed by the very focalized vision of Cutlass. However, the pirate man across from you, in his leather vest.
May I introduce the conversation, or is that?
By all means, please. It's open floor.
Yeah. I'd like to just like whip around the chair and aim towards Cutlass and want to see if you can turn your back, huh? Fix you up, get you back to normal.
You're speaking to Cutlass.
Speaking directly to Cutlass.
Speaking directly to Cutlass.
Salutations, Cutlass.
When you say that,
And I wave my bird arm
sure.
as I'm like standing on Ivan's shoulder.
Third arm.
When you say that and you wave you flap in like a waving pattern, Cutlass's head immediately turns down to both of you, recognizing your voice immediately, Scout, but then peering to Ivan.
Why? Why have you come here?
To find Captain Mustache.
There's a pause in a moment when he glances to the left, to just behind you, back to the others at the bar, and then to the captain. You see his attention is focused deftly there for a moment. The music continues to rain around you, the sound of the patrons enjoying what little food or drink they've managed to muster. Cutlass chimes in.
You changed me. I was not this way before I was in your company.
You're
Company is an interesting word.
The man across from you with the mustache, he brings an arm up on the table with an audible slam down, and he kind of purses it up under the mustache, and now he's just watching. He
Nice
doesn't
to
say
meet you,
anything yet.
Captain. Name's Ivan. I outstretch my hand. Now that it's on the table, it feels welcoming, you know?
When you extend your hand out to shake his, he just takes his finger that's kind of like pursed up against his face, and he flips the aluminum mustache, and it dingles loosely like in front of you, almost like a door knocker. Cutlass chimes in.
You're bold, brave, or stupid. You have walked into this place, a place of ill repute. Scout you I can see free. But that one...
And he points over to Cain.
I would like to be returned to my form.
Okay.
So do not look at him, and then you do not have to see him.
Cain, he's looking eyes at you again. We should get you out of here.
He pointed.
Who's
Very clearly
looking
his
at
arm came
us?
up and he's pointed at least your group.
We should get you out of here.
So I've got really bad news, Cutlass. He is
I'm
currently
hungry.
excruciatingly intoxicated. So he can at this exact moment fix you up. But if we were maybe to get safe passage to where we're trying to go, maybe we could strike a deal.
You have no deals to strike with me. Simply a burden that must be lifted.
Negative. I do have a deal for you.
Scout has a deal for you.
I'm listening.
Do you not remember? I will try to bring back your brother. This is what we had agreed upon.
Scout. Let's see. I want to see if you might be able to do this here. Give me a knowledge history, but it's a Warforged history. So I'm going to give you a circumstantial bonus of +4.
Okay. I'll put miscellaneous for a moment. Ooh, 18. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Scout. Warforged models aren't supposed to ever change unless they are deemed worthy of change. So your model will never change unless you reach a sort of pinnacle, right? Unless you reach a precipice that is greater than your current form. The maker.
Affirmative. If the creator gives me a gift.
If the maker gives you a gift, the creator does. And this applies to many of the others. So the Warforged that have shifted in body, it's sort of like losing a part of their identity. And if they're falsely given a gift, it is sort of like a slight against their maker. So you might be able to assume that this is going to be visibly to him. It's a problem. It's a major problem. You've changed his body without his own consent or earnings. Give me a diplomacy, Scout.
Okay. I have a -1 to this roll. 6.
That's not hot. That is not hot.
Scout is not a diplomat.
Sure. Ivan, you, a purveyor of the social construct, you recognize where Scout is, while delivering the message, it is dry. It is not landing. Even amidst another Warforged, you can tell that it's not landing. You don't really understand the problem with becoming bigger. Everybody wants to be stronger and faster, but you don't really see the issue here, so you can just tell whatever Scout is saying, it's just not landing well. Do you offer any aid here, or do you just kind of play this out? What do you think?
I don't think he's upset right now. He just hasn't explained himself fully. Like, he's not upset at Scout. He's not gonna, like, attack Scout or anything.
Sure.
He's just, yeah, no, I'll just let it play out.
He looks back to you, Scout.
I can acquire that man, and it will make my masters humble. My charge has changed. If I can at least stop someone that is in pursuit of the success of House Kenneth, then my masters will be pleased. And I have personal
you have a
bonds with
mission.
him. Yes.
I do like a good mission.
Then you see that I must claim him.
I do understand your mission.
Then do you stand in my way?
Not currently.
Yeah, you're a little big. Nobody can really stand in your way.
Then you, man, will you stand in my way as I claim that one?
That
When
one
does your
being the
mission
old
need to
drunken
be
man.
completed?
Yes.
What exactly do you accomplish?
I will be hindering the efforts of House Kenneth. Thus my master will be pleased.
How do you know what his intentions are?
Because I am following upon the leads of my fallen brethren. Saber.
Oh.
It's fair. It's fair.
They talked.
Ugh.
They shared their feelings. What is more important to you at this moment? Becoming whole again or seeking vengeance?
It's at this point, as you land that question, the other arm comes up as he shifts to this side, and he finally speaks. You hear him speak out.
Oh, Cutlass, sit down. Sit down, you oaf.
Cutlass peers over at him, and a normal person would have this tantamount of disgust, right? This amount of disgust that you're being told by almost what you would view physically as a lesser, but there is something about his candor when he speaks. Mr. Mustache himself seems to control something. There is very, like, it's small, it's minimal, but there is a step back. Cutlass says,
But I must serve. I understand my mission, and I know what I must do.
Then, please just sit down. Think for yourself for a change. Is this so hard for you to do? You serve one man or multiple, but what is the purpose and what is the point?
That's what I've been saying this whole time. Dude, you and me get along. Nice to meet you, Captain. My name's Ivan.
Missions are important, though. One must do them.
Good day, Ivan. And you must be Scout.
To be clear, does he shake my hand?
he does not.
I just need to know if I need to try again. I was actually coming here to speak with you, Captain, and just so happened to run into this one. We're seeking passage by airship, and we're told that you were the man, so to speak.
You may have come to the right place. You may have seen to the right Warforged. Where do you need to go and what do you have to offer?
Rook and draw. And, I mean, we've got gold, but is that really what you're after?
Cutlass is actually kind of stuck. He wants to take an advance, but he's not trying to intercede on this, especially since your focus is now to the captain. So Cutlass takes a step back, and he starts moving in the direction of Sera and Cain and Anju. Anju, you have been informed. You are seeing this. And where he steps, the crowd moves. Those that are standing sidle out of the way. Wherever there are tables that are jutted up closely together, they kind of stand quickly and they start shifting it. This isn't their first visible notion of a brawl. They're moving out of the path.
How many feet tall is this guy?
14.
Okay. So like 2 over you, Anju.
Cain, we better head outside.
More than a basketball goal.
But I'm hungry.
We'll have to go to another tavern to get you food.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay.
Anju's like putting his hood up and slowly backing away in a similar direction.
Destroying another tavern.
Just let me get an arm over your shoulder and we'll be on the way.
I just hurl him over me. Like I'm strong enough.
Like fireman carrying him.
Yeah.
Can I get a strength check, please?
Yes.
Can I notice his intentions while he's
Of course. Whenever he steps, it is vibration, right?
Yeah. But like
Anju's...
you know how like bards always tend to have that like ability to do multiple things at once, that multitasking cockiness?
Yeah.
I'd like to flex that if possible.
How would you like to do that?
I'd like to cast Mage Hand and tap on his shoulder in order to distract him and get him to turn around.
Wild magic all up in this tavern. Let's
I got you. Sure. Yeah, that's good. That's feasible. As he's taking his stride, he's moving in your direction. Sera, Cain, Anju. Sera, you begin to hoist Cain over shoulder, and you succeed. You will succeed in getting him up over the shoulder, but not first without the voice of the Warforged breaking over this crowd, this dull roar.
Do not flee. You are my target.
Great. Well, if we're gonna do this, we're not doing it in the tavern. So take it outside.
When you say that, he pauses for a moment and his head turns and he glances over his shoulder. As you can see this almost like apparative like hand come up and just tap him on the shoulder. Anybody who is watching at this point,
run, you guys.
You can probably tell that someone is doing something because he's about 14 feet tall. But as he turns, And then he sees you begin to flee. He starts taking a step, but not first without something ringing out. There is a loud flash and crack as just above the audience, everyone seems to fall out of their seats, glancing around as the captain stands, bearing an interesting flintlock pistol before yelling out,
Sit down. Bring your tall metal ass back here to this seat, and let's hear what they have to say.
You really know how to wrangle that bull there, Captain.
Pregnant pause before finally
His tail is all
That was a very effective sound.
the captain
tail.
lowers his flintlock to the table.
Well, what are you doing, everyone? Continue drinking, fools. Be merry. We're in a tavern. What are you waiting for?
It takes a moment before people finally start finding their way back into conversations, minding their own business. The musicians begin to return as well. And Cutlass listens. The flintlock across from you on the table. It's beautiful, if not disgusting. It is an interesting mahogany pommel. Seems to be caked in blood and sweat and gunpowder residue, forever stained. Barrel is of a foreign and rigid dark metal that since has been beat to hell, expressing the many tussles of its owner through whatever time it's been through. And carved into its brass trigger plate, it says in common calligraphy, the old Strickland special. A single blood-red ruby embedded in the grip of the flintlock that seems to draw out your attention. You are less sure that it's a ruby, as it could be a vessel, as you visibly watch something swim inside of it. Glances back to you, Ivan.
Where were we? You had a request. A place that you wanted to go to, and something you wish to offer.
What is it specifically that you're looking for? Is it just coin?
You've come to me.
It's fair.
What is it you're looking for?
Rook and draw. Safe passage. Hopefully a non-bumpy one. We have one that's a little bit afraid of heights.
This is fine. This can be arranged.
You finally now start getting a look over the captain, and you realize that he's far more than just the mustache. Yes, it is bizarre by design. It looks more like a metallic boomerang dangling from this copper-plated, riveted nose. But you can see off the sides of his head where one might have ears, there are bits of welded, dangling gems, sort of like earrings. The top of his metal, the skin, it looks like it has etchings that seem a bit more like tattoos than anything else. He's taken quite a liking to aftermarket issues, things that he could do to himself, and self-expression. Scout, this is the first Warforged that you've really seen do this. Most other Warforged, they move for utility, not this guy. This is by design. And he's about expression. He now extends his hand to you.
Let's talk about Rook and Draw. Everyone calls me the captain. What do you go by?
Ivan. Ivan Freely.
That's not a common last name. I know a few Freelys.
My father's a rather famous man.
Go on, invite your friends this way. This way, sit. Come on, sit.
I'll do like a little...
Oh, very strong, Sarah.
Don't fucking whistle at me. Can I roll for this coffee or what's up?
You have it. Like, it's at this point, since everything is sort of calmed back down, it's not delivered in like a large pot. You're basically just given a tin carafe. So you probably got like 4 or 5 glasses out of it if you wanted to share with someone, or you really wanted to turn on a time machine.
I suppose Sera will cautiously approach with Cain still hoisted, and then slap him down in a chair by the captain. And I will proceed to try to order him food to A, because he's hungry. B, hopefully sober him up a bit.
Cutlass, you're after this one? He's being carried by a woman.
He's basically a tiny little dog. Yeah, he's
An exceptionally strong woman.
Indeed.
Just
The
like in
strongest of our
between,
group.
Very
in
strong.
between, like shoving
Oh,
his
please.
face in this giant tin
strongest of our
coffee.
group.
I'm just
He leans into this point.
I'm just attempting to dissuade Cutlass from acting with his newfound strength.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
That looks permanent.
Yes, he's not exactly somebody who is hunted often, as you can see.
Cutlass
So-
finally moves back over, and he pulls up a series of crates, and he gently sits down. As his weight hits the crate, you can hear some of the wood buckle and bend and warp under it, and he drops his arms across the table, almost in defeated notion. You see the captain glance over at him.
There's no need to feel this way, Cutlass. Let's hear them out at the very least. If, when they're done, they still remain a problem in your eyes, you can have them. Right? He can have you, right?
Negative.
I don't know if you could handle me. And I'll like give him a little flirtatious wink.
I like your candor. You realize we don't have those parts. Yet.
And also know something that you don't have.
Oh,
But
now
you might
I'm
be
listening.
interested in.
Please, tell me more, Ivan Freely.
I'll reach into my pocket and I'll hold out in front of him my fist like this, and I'll drop it open, and my pocket watch will hang from my middle finger and just slowly sway in front of him.
Are you're trying to hypnotize me?
I'm offering an upgrade.
Interesting.
For safe
I'm
passage
listening.
to Rook and Draw.
And tell me more about this upgrade. What do you think it will upgrade for me?
You seem to be somebody that likes a lavish looking of anything. You seem to like everything that shines and wines and dines and shows off your journey and where you've been.
Give me a diplomacy. At 11, are you happy with that?
Yeah.
You've caught my attention, though I'm quite a bit more expensive than a wooden clock.
250 gold pocket watch.
Do you see the gems that hang from my ears?
If I told you that I didn't acquire this thing legally, would that make it a little bit more enticing?
It's enticing, but everything upon my person has been acquired illegally. It is the nature of privateering.
Caught me there.
I like this guy.
So when you say more expensive, how much more expensive are we talking?
I'm not worried about money. Money is boring. I can get money in any amount,
fair.
anytime that I'm interested. Let's say, however, you have something that I may need, though.
Go on.
I am in a very peculiar need, and I find myself in interesting times and interesting bedfellows. Perhaps you can see something through for me, Mr. Ivan Freely.
Interesting what? Was that
Bedfellows. Comrades,
Bed-
compatriots.
you like I like kind of like sit up straight a little bit more. Are you asking for what I think you're asking for?
What do you think I'm asking for?
A best friend?
No, I have a best friend. He's unfortunately locked up. That being said, this doesn't fall too far away from this. I was hoping, if you're interested, I have a proposition, but it's going to require some finesse, some finagling, and, well, something not entirely above board.
I feel like Anju's gonna is like has
Listen,
like
buddy,
a,
I'm not
has like
doing
a-
jack shit unless you come out and say it. I'm a blunt person, and I want to hear the words out of your mouth.
I feel like Anju's starstruck at this point. He's got a little career crush going on. Maybe he's trying to impress him.
Actually, that's great. Anju,
I could help out.
Anju,
Like,
do
pound his
me
chest a little bit.
do me a favor here. This is
Try and play it cool.
This is unique in your purview. Give me a knowledge history. I'm going to give you a circumstantial +4 in this regard because it is relating to the life of privateering.
Mm-hmm.
Is he trying to prostitute me off?
He's not. He's not.
I also have a 6 total in knowledge local. Where did
Local would work. Local would work. It's going to be a little bit more.
It's going to be
It's going to be a little bit more difficult. But if you think it's a better roll, then
I mean, is it?
you tell me.
Number
What's your
next
knowledge
to it is
history
a
at?
6. My knowledge history is at a 1.
Yeah, that local is better.
Yeah. Okay, I clicked that one now.
We're gonna add 4 to what? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. Adding 4 that puts you at 25 knowledge local. I'm gonna give this to you because of your history. Just because of your history.
Sorry to butt in, buddy, but
There are
professional
figures of infamy in your line of work. Okay. And while this Warforged doesn't really mean jack shit to you, there's Warforged everywhere. This guy just stands out a little bit more differently, right? But his flintlock means a great deal to you, especially when you can read on the brass plate, it says the Strickland Special. There is sort of an infamous brigand and privateer by the name of Bellator Strickland. He's been wildly successful, but he went missing about 12 years ago. His flintlock was admired by the many. There was quite a bounty on his head. And when he went missing, nobody ever saw hide nor hair of his flintlock. It's practically a relic at this point, because nobody really knows if that ruby is actually a ruby or if it actually is a vessel for something that commands the chamber to release arcane magic.
okay, so I know. So that thing was owned by like a legendary real piece of shit that went missing, basically.
Yeah, he's kind of
strong man.
He's
Big,
I wouldn't
big
really
man.
say he's legendary, but he's definitely of notoriety. In your line of work, that is someone's like, oh yeah, that guy, he did some shit.
So he was not an easy mark.
He's kind of like the Eberron equivalent of Dominic Toretto.
I don't understand that reference.
It's Fast and the Furious.
Oh. No, yeah.
It's Vin. Never
all
mind.
about
It's
family.
okay. It's all about
Vin
family.
Diesel. It's Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Just say Vin Diesel. The name of his character is Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So okay. So I've noticed this, and I'm probably just. I can't
Sure.
stop looking at it.
You're stuck in a stare. He continues to you, Ivan.
I have something that I'd like for you to look over to see if anything here stands out to you. Would you
Okay.
be interested in entertaining this?
Yeah, absolutely.
He reaches into a satchel on the floor and he draws out what looks to be a charter and manifest. It's a shipping manifest. He slaps down several pages on the table and he pushes it across over to you.
Go ahead.
Um,
Can I look over it?
is it like a bunch of? Is it like a thick stack of papers? Like
It is a thick stack of papers, but it's primarily like it's a cargo document. It's a manifest for cargo on a specific vessel.
Okay.
The vessel, as you can read, is the LAS Horizon Treader. It's a Lysander airship. So it's another airship based on what you know. The LAS means Lyrander airship, and it's called the Horizon Treader. On the manifest and cargo list, it has it's 4 pages of things with varied weights. And when you get to the last page, as you're flipping through this, the weight there's like another document that says wait, and it's underlined in red several times. When you move back to the front of the manuscript here, this manifest, it says that it's been signed off on the enterprise of a Mr. Richard Freely.
As he's flipping the pages, do I see anything that looks weird?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Because it's quick math and it's also shorthand. Based on what you're reading in the list of the cargo, you have a general idea of the weights. The weight that is underlined does not add up to the list of cargo. The weight of the ship itself is about 4,000 pounds heavier than the actual cargo listments and the ship itself.
Oh, so
It appears that the weight is miscalculated.
There's an audible snap. You hear the metal clink of his Warforged fingers snaps down.
Aye.
So my dad is transporting some shit?
When you look
And it is unclaimed.
again at Richard Freely, it is signed Richard Freely, but not by your father's penmanship.
I was just going to ask that next.
Wait. My dad didn't write this.
We've
Who
become
did?
intimately aware of Richard Freely's penmanship, and it's just as you said.
Yeah. Well, you're dog shit at it.
Go on, please.
Are you...
You'll need me
Think
to
it's
write
forged?
something.
You need to press down. Not quite as hard with the pen. You're doing it like, no offense, like you're a robot. Not like a human who's moving with grace and elegance. He's a
Not
man
that
of...
there's anything wrong with that.
He's a man that every single thing that he does has to be seen by others as better.
Aye. A man of
So when
ego.
Yeah.
We recognize that as well.
Is that supposed to be a slight at me?
No. No such case. We
I
just
was
found
gonna
it
make
interesting
one if
that
you
you
want one.
wound up here in front of us. So I think this could be a case of perhaps we can get you to Rook and Draw. But you'll have to help us. What says you?
Okay. What am I helping you with exactly?
Well,
He glances to each and every one of you, and he stops at Sera for a minute. He's really sizing you up and down.
I wonder why.
Likewise.
Yeah, begins to examine him as well.
perhaps we find our way onto that vessel to see whatever it is they may be smuggling. If the
Down.
weights don't add up, that means that they are offering discretionary tactics, that there is something not to be listed. Wouldn't you agree?
And I love figuring out secrets.
Are we going to rob your daddy?
This has nothing to do with my dad. Well, it does, but it doesn't, but it does, but it doesn't. Not that I'm trying to defend him, but like, this isn't him.
I don't know about y'all, but I trust this man.
You don't even know me, boy.
Yeah, I know your gun.
You know my gun. How do you know my gun?
Everybody knows your gun. Everybody that's anybody, as far as I'm concerned. How'd you get that?
Who's to say that I got it and that I never lost it?
The wheels are turning visibly. Like,
Here, I'll just reach above your head and I'll turn on the light bulb for you.
as far as I know, that somebody had that before. That belonged to. I always forget fucking names. That
Yeah,
belonged
I-
to somebody else before
Bellatrix
you.
Strickland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be called that.
Oh, like a look of realization.
So that was him, Bellator Strickland.
I'll just say, you're him. He's him, y'all.
In
He's
the-
him. What?
Flesh. I know. Ironic, isn't it?
Does it seem like they're telling the truth?
You tell me. Give me a sense motive.
I have no Anju has no desire to sense motive. He is
11.
thoroughly
It's not a very
impressed.
high sense motive.
You have no reason to believe there's no telltale signs. It's very hard to read a robot as is.
Well,
But I think the scout thinking like a human could turn into is wild.
Does Scout show any emotion to that?
No, I think Scout's just very like, just kind of watching and listening
Sure.
to everything.
Okay.
So was the guy that I thought was the previous owner of the gun, the guy who he's apparently changed identities from, was also a Warforged?
No. No, he's a human man.
And people
Are
had
these
seen
potatoes for me, Sarah?
Yes, I ordered you some.
Oh, bless you.
You are certain that Bellator Strickland was a man, a human man.
Yeah, I'll say that. Bellator Strickland was a man, a human man.
I was once before. Yes.
Ha-
Go on.
what?
Go on.
How?
I can see.
How's this life treating you?
Well, it's quite marvelous, actually. None of the hang-ups. I don't have to piss. There's no shitting. I take no flack from, well, most people. I don't have to sleep. That's pretty wonderful. I can acquire twice as many relics and provisions as most others, and I have basically no need for them.
Talk about a
Do miss
body
out on
mod.
some good things in life, though.
I suppose.
Food.
But I indulged greatly so when I was alive, at least from what I can remember.
You can't remember?
He turns to look at you, Scout, and you're certain that if there is a way to be glib, or not necessarily glib, but like smug, there's like this little catty like head turn and his earrings jangle.
No one's told you yet. Well, it's a theory, I suppose. No one can tell you. Cutlass certainly doesn't believe it, and most of the other Warforged haven't seemed to awaken up to the fact, but I have reason to believe that I was once the Bellator Strickland, as I bear his memories. How could I bear his memories if I was not him?
Well,
Or
they
Bear's
like
pistol.
recycle your soul or something.
Ah, yes, good point. You said the pistol. In my last memories, I saw my death coming, so I hid my most prized possession. And guess what? It was right where I buried it. I have to be Bellator. Who else would I be?
Do you have any memory of a transition? Do you remember how did you die? What?
I remember taking a fatal wound in the side. It smelled of shit. It was terrible. That's another thing I don't have to worry about, smelling. No more noxious fumes, nothing of that kind of nature.
Kidding.
Yeah, you're really selling us on it. But how? Again, how? What? How did you get?
Oh, I awoke.
Clearly.
I awoke in a place I never anticipated. I awoke in a forge of Kenneth. I was born anew.
You were gifted.
I suppose that's one way of looking at it, Scout. But I have no confirmations of the sort. None were alive
Maybe-
when I really gathered my upper faculties.
Maybe you're someone famous, Scout.
I do not believe so.
Well, all right.
This
Again-
is the greatest act of artistic preservation in history.
It's a theory.
I can't believe
of
you're
course.
alive.
I have
None,
been gifted my memory, though.
none to confirm it.
Only up recently.
Perhaps it happens to some Warforged and not all.
Perhaps.
I knew I liked this guy.
What about you, Cutlass? You have memories?
I have nothing. I
Oh, come
simply
on,
had.
come on.
I had Saber. And I had my mission.
Oh,
Crafted
what a
from
drag.
a previous person.
Well, anyways, on that note, it's
Yes.
time to go discover some secrets.
Yes, on that note, actually, I don't know how much I like this job.
Then sit it out.
Well, I suppose you're going to have a very difficult time finding your way to Rook'n'Draw then.
Can you just give me a sorry, I was listening, but like
They're very bad people, Sarah. They're,
Of
they
course.
deserve it.
You're one to talk.
Of course,
you want
we're,
us to
we're the worst.
you want us to go
Not
to
you,
this
his father.
place and get what was it information?
Oh, no. No,
Oh,
simply,
true.
simply not that. No, I want to attack this vessel. I want to acquire what they're transporting.
Listen, Sarah.
I don't want to go either.
They are committing crimes.
Aye,
They are smuggling goods.
fashionably so.
Thousands of pounds, potentially, of illegal goods.
4,000 specifically.
You can go
And
turn
delivering
them
it
in,
right to
Sarah.
the King of Breland.
So we're just stopping crime.
Sometimes two wrongs does make a right.
That's
I
math.
love the way Anju just says that, like sometimes like to the Paladin. Fine. All right.
Well, that was an easy sell.
Yes.
If
I mean,
this gets us
now-
to where, again, if this gets us to our greater purpose, if this is all we need to do, there's no secret other thing that you want.
Oh, of course there is. I'm a pirate.
Maybe we.
Fucking love this guy.
The pirates.
I'm all in.
Sarah.
In terms of, this job that we're doing, do we get to keep any of what we find?
I suppose if you're after something, of course you can keep it, but first dibs.
It's fair. It's fair. I mean, we have things that you wouldn't find use to anymore.
Of course. Please,
And vice
allow
versa.
me to ease your mind. Sarah, was it?
Yes, Sera, a paladin of the sovereign host.
You've never once broken the law, have you?
Not by choice.
Not today. Not since
I'm
all-
not some crime infested.
she's dating an assassin.
It's all a matter of perspective.
Perhaps, please, allow me to lift some of this burden from your soul, so that your gods will not judge you. Can I, if you would allow me this moment?
Yes, please.
I have every reason to believe that this vessel, as signed off by the enterprises of Richard Freely, seems to be exporting slaves.
Those are bad. Bad thing to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to take it
Last I
back. Though I
checked.
said I wanted to
God.
keep anything that we find.
I see. That is very concerning. Yes. We should help people.
Are the slaves Warforged?
Interesting that you ask that. I know for certain that at least one of them is. I wish
Is it your
to...
friend you mentioned earlier?
Bingo.
Hell yeah. A friendship rescue mission.
I was just gonna ask the same thing.
I see.
Beat me to it.
Sarah, this is like completely in line. You're actually going to make up for the crimes you did the other day.
I don't want to help. I don't
Ivan?
even want to go on the airship.
There
Just because
are-
you're afraid of heights. It's fine.
There are a few other reasons. I wish to be completely transparent. Please, allow me. We have reason to believe that there is...
Pirates being completely transparent.
Of course, we have a code of ethics.
That is true. I've heard about this.
We have every reason to believe, additionally, that there is a figure of significant import, another that they have taken on to hold. And in this day and age, money can take you so far, but favors go much further. I have reason to believe that there is an elf from House Fjarlan that has been abducted and is being moved. And I would like that favor. An assassin from House Fjarlan? On my side? Captain Strickland? Well, that sounds like an ace in the hole if I've ever heard one.
Are you looking for an apprentice?
Are you seeking a mentor?
Maybe.
We can work it out the moment that we free Charon. He's my right hand. Another Warforged.
We could do it, right, guys?
Absolutely.
He'd be
This
great
sounds
as a
incredibly
metal
fun.
Cat.
What?
He'd be
Fjarlan.
great as a metal cat.
Well, let's not get too crazy.
Does that sound so familiar?
Sarah, that sounds familiar because that's Hal's house.
Oh.
An
Allow
elf
us to make some room.
House Fjarlan. Okay.
On second thought.
On second thought, I would like to do all of the murdering and all of the arson.
Okay.
I think I'll head up
I
this
don't know.
investigation.
Brain is slowly processing tonight. Sarah too is
Too many
like,
names.
I thought you were thinking that it was Hal.
I
That's
was
why I thought
thinking
you
it
were
was
your
Hal.
mind was going. But then when you were like, "Who's Hal's Fairland?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you don't know. You don't realize."
I was like, wait, because I don't know why I thought it was another house. Okay. Yes. Okay. We should deal with this then.
I mean, do we know?
Are you in need of my magic?
No.
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 we're
Ivan?
not.
Absolutely not.
Me?
Probably Anju as well. And you know, I'll give it to Scout too. Can I get a sense motive?
Sure.
I will do that.
Success.
Not doing great today. 12.
And success.
Normally, I'm just rolling low.
It is quite apparent that Sarah just made an absolute coin flip switch, right? That the moment of recognition of the House Fjarlan elf and elven
Nice.
assassin. It's like trigger words.
Elf
Just give like
assassin.
the
I can take
most
this armor off really
obvious
fast, actually, if need be, guys. Like, if we need to like
side-eye.
sneak into somewhere.
We should make haste.
He's
Oh yeah, make haste to go do those crimes, huh?
They're not crimes. We are helping
Oh.
people.
Of course, we are helping.
Helping an assassin is not crimes. It's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Let's go. Hey, Captain Strickland, it was, yes?
All for the greater good, right?
Captain Strickland. Yes.
Where do you get the name from?
From my... It was my birth... What do you... It's my birth name! Where did you get your name?
My dad, whose name is Dick Bartholomew Freely.
And he gave you Ivan?
Bartholomew.
Yeah,
He was being
Ivan
very
PP
kind.
Freely.
Oh, never mind. I take that back.
I don't see what you're saying. Ivan Pedro Pascal Freely.
That is a very long name.
Well, middle name is just two names.
Well,
Your last name is like longer than my entire name.
Strickland? You
Yeah.
think Ivan Pedro Pascal Freely is shorter than Strickland? Let's not talk about
Captain
syllables
Strickland?
here.
What is Captain Aaron Strickland or some shit?
Bellator? What? It's a-
Bellator Strickland.
That's Captain Bellator Strickland is like 800 letters.
It
I'm not
is
even gonna run this
less
count.
letters.
Thank you, Scout. Thank you. And
By
what,
how many,
What
Scout?
is this
Scout says
this
exact
man?
number.
He's yet to old drunken man. What? Why does?
Hello.
Oh, you don't.
Why does he want to kill you so bad?
He's the reason that he's big.
He's afflicted with a curse.
He's very sick.
And
Well, I tried to hurt him, and instead, this happened. I believe it's permanent.
Such is the nature of life. To continue the cycle of hurt, right? Listen,
No,
Cutlass, it's
that's not
fine. It's fine. Let me have my way with
Healthy,
them.
even.
And you can handle it after I'm finished. I'm sure that's
It's
fine,
not
right,
within
Cutlass?
my power to change this, reverse it.
Well,
I mean, we don't know that.
Is the big guy gonna come help us rob a ship?
I can just
no.
start a casting.
No,
See
No,
what
you
happens.
can't- will
You
not.
cannot.
we do not
You
need him.
cannot.
Weighs too much.
I think I could make him bigger.
we have to keep
I think you
our
just walk.
weight down. No offense, Cutlass. You're a girthy machine, and well, my ship is in a bit of disrepair.
What?
It flies.
It flies, but it's in disrepair.
The Fallen is a perfect vessel.
The Fallen?
Don't tell Cain that.
Your ship is named the Fallen?
It's only fell 3 times.
Cain, close your ears.
Wait, it's named the Fallen because it has fallen.
Yep. Yep.
That's awesome.
Are we sure
that
we
is
want
so
to do-
sick.
Are we sure?
I want to ride on the ship no matter what, even if it's gonna fall. But just the
That's
chance
the
that we might
spirit
fall out
right
of the
there,
sky,
boy. We love
It's
that.
gonna fall. No, you need to understand, Mister. This guy over here, this drunken man, he's drunk because he's terrified of flying.
Oh, this
He's
is perfect.
terrified of
do it.
heights. So, like, I get to once we get in the air, I just get to torment him with this.
One thing
This
you'll
is
learn about
amazing.
us as a group is we're, on average, very petty.
Just towards Cain
Negative.
because he smells bad and lies.
No,
Smell.
we are not petty. They are petty.
Perhaps
Said
I
on
can assist
average.
you. I do have
On
some
average.
woodworking skills.
This is perfect. Nothing wrong could happen at all. No.
I trust you with my life. Mustache.
Now, can I hit you with a bit of a sad story? It's a secondary goal of
I'd
mine.
rather you not.
I don't care what you think. Maybe if you were sober and had more value, but you're old and not.
I just don't care.
Cain has also shared some sad stories.
Oh,
This
Kind
is
of on a-
very true.
brethren,
Kind of
look.
a no bummers vibe.
That is not
Now,
for
but-
him. That was for you to hear.
Well, do you know how flying vessels fly?
Elementals tortured.
Hey, that's correct. That's correct. And I've become quite akin and attuned to my elemental. And we speak. Not so much on the regular. I like to let her rest. But she desires company, and I wish to steal this vessel's ring.
You want to get her another elemental.
Of
Friend.
course, it will make her happy, and the Fallen will fly twice as fast.
And twice as safe.
Twice as safe, correct.
Exactly. Okay.
Oh, wow, how romantic.
Aren't
This is
I?
awesome. When do we leave?
That actually is quite lovely.
No personal gain here at all.
Can we leave immediately, or is there a set schedule?
Well, given the nature of things, I suppose, and it illicit tidings, we should leave after night. Once night falls,
Sweet.
we'll find our way there. Don't worry, though, you'll have plenty of vision. Our elemental burns bright, let's say that.
Sweet.
Well, I'll be sleeping. Come find me once you're done.
Perfect. For what it's worth noting, while Cutlass will not be on board, we have a series of other vagrants that wish to find their way across Corvair.
Vagrants.
Bro.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Do you think you suddenly get VIP access and command my entire ship?
Well, all the work we're doing for you, I would expect some sort of preferential treatment.
Oh, you are, in fact, preferential. I'm negotiating with you exactly what you get out of this. They're
I
paying
would
me
like
quite a
access
lot.
to the engine room.
You will not be getting that.
Please.
Nope, not even once.
I like elementals.
Well, interestingly enough, the elemental is not in the engine room.
Oh.
It encircles the ship. Why are you asking about this? This sounds bad. You
I
don't.
want to study them.
I don't like that.
We have to give him something.
Why is he intoxicated? Be real with me now. Level with me.
They're afraid.
He's afraid of flying.
Well, I know many people who are afraid of flying that still continue to fly. Why is this one particularly intoxicated?
He lost an arm wrestle match.
With
To
the
me,
hand?
the
strongest one of the group.
That's
It was
bullshit.
It was supposed to sedate him so he could sleep and not. But instead, it
Why don't you
woke
just
this.
choke him out?
Yes,
So-
come
so
and
he has
choke
this
me.
thing. So he has this thing. He has this thing, where if he casts a spell,
Right.
he casts wild magic, and that's how the. So like, I'm afraid that if we tried to choke him out, he would panic and
Excuse me?
open a.
We considered bonking him.
So
No, not just regular.
we have him under control.
magic.
It's just
You have a wild magic sorcerer.
No.
yes.
At what point did you intend on revealing that?
He reveals himself in very mysterious ways, actually.
That's disgusting.
He's agreed to not cast any spells
have
unless we
we ha-
vote and agree that he can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have him under complete control. It's
Look,
just
we don't want
he prefers to be
this
sedated for the flight.
as much as you. So
That's right, Anju will back me up on that one.
Well,
On the what now?
is there anything else that I should be aware of before we fly into this haphazard?
At night, I could turn
foolishness?
into a 1,000-pound toad.
Why are you doing this? You are blowing this. The first cool person we've
You
talked to.
fucking what?
Listen, you've been truthful and transparent, and you seem like a very nice and trustworthy vagrant. But I want to be nice and trustworthy. Here, listen. I have this little spinny ball of light, and I pull it out of my bag. And if you spin it, I'll turn back into a human. And then if you turn it off, I'll turn back into another random animal. Most likely not the toad. The toad's the only bad one.
look, all of these things are risks, but they're controlled risks.
We've got everything completely under control.
You're telling me you don't like a little bit of adventure?
All of this
You're
honesty.
Captain Bellatar Strickland.
Please do not try to stroke my ego.
Can I stroke something else?
I don't have those parts anymore. We've discussed yet. I don't have them yet. I'm trying to figure that out still.
Will you be able to
You
feel
have a
that?
mustache.
I don't know yet. I have a something.
So you do
His
desire to
mustache.
still be like have some human things after all.
Sex is fun.
So is eating a piece of cheese.
No, I'm lactose intolerant.
Not anymore, you're not.
Not anymore. I'm not. That's right.
Maybe you should get some taste buds.
I'm sure the only joy you can get anymore is watching the light leave someone's eyes.
That's incredibly dark.
Please ignore him. He's going through it.
You need to talk to a professional.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of things he needs right now, but we're working on it.
Look at his hand.
Look,
I
I'm a
didn't want to ask.
professional.
I didn't
I'm
want
a
to ask.
professional.
It's a dragon hand.
Everything's under control. I assure you.
And I thought the
personally
strangest
assure you.
thing about you was that you had a Warforged that could change shape.
You're aware that they can change shape?
Well, many of the Warforged have heard of Scout.
You're a little bit of a celebrity, Scouts.
Interesting.
You are developing a bit of a reputation.
Kind of reputation.
Well, I think if your reputation wasn't so positively looked upon by Warforged and alike, I would have simply less command over Cutlass here, and he may have found his way into practicing pulverization.
Cutlass, do you have a crush?
In a manner of speaking, I could say that he might. Not on Scout. I think he wishes to crush. Probably many of you, especially now.
That's fair. It's fair.
He would be
I've been
very
crushed
efficient
before.
at crushing.
I've been crushed before, Cutlass. Many women.
Cutlass doesn't know what to say. He just like, you just see the.
Sera also does that to Ivan.
You know nothing of heartache, Ivan.
Oh,
Bro, you know
my
nothing
God.
of sex. You've been in a cave for 20 years.
Every single one of you is so fucking embarrassing. Listen,
You licked
we
your own
have-
dick.
We have. Excuse me. Racist. Anyway.
He's just cleaning himself.
You don't want to talk to me about culture, okay?
It is true, though.
We're not gonna have that conversation.
I'm just trying so hard.
I do not claim any of these fools except for the little one. They're really cool. But everyone else, they don't get it. They don't get it.
How many times have I saved your life, Anju?
Once.
Okay,
At least
especially
three times.
especially
Well,
not
you got to
that one.
subtract the time that you abandoned us all to get eaten
The
in a
Paladin's
cave.
all right. The Paladin's all right. It's just Paladin stuff, you know. Not like
was
us.
just
Not like
Charlie.
us.
Was that
Not
his
like us.
name?
We have gold. I assure you, the risks are mitigated, and we can back that up with insurance.
I mean, we've got a risk just sitting here. 14 feet of it.
I would like to ride on his shoulders.
Me
How much
too.
for a ride, Cutlass?
Cutlass is not
No.
entertaining the idea.
That is not wise.
I know that not many of you remember from the last session, but I described a third man at the table
Oh shit.
who's been
Yeah.
sitting here the entire time, just sort of watching on. He appears to be an olive-skinned, medium-sized human/humanoid. You can't really sort of discern it. Most of it is tucked away and hidden, but what you can see
Like
is
scars
these
on their neck.
green. Yeah, he had scars over the back of his head, but the moment that you came up to the table, he pulled up his hood to kind of disguise his face. But you can see the front of his forearms and his hands, and his skin is green, and his hands look kind of disgusting.
The Emerald Claw.
No.
They are.
Plump, thick, and like molasses.
Hobgoblin or a goblin or something? Or a worm?
Yeah, just Emerald Claw, just like, wait a minute.
Is it furry green or hairless green?
Hairless green,
Reptilian.
not reptilian.
Oh.
But
Not
he
freaky
seems,
Or
seems
gobbo.
Scout. Yeah, he seems that he is. He's been listening to this, and you can tell like there's been some underbreath chuckles that's been going on the entire time, and you.
If I understood chuckling, I would also be chuckling.
Yeah, it's like underbreath chuffing. Like there's he's hazarding a breath every time, but he seems to sort of lean in the direction, despite whomever else is at the table, whatever conversation they were having. He seems to have taken a bit of an interest, particularly in Ivan.
Many do. Apparently.
Yeah, that's true. This is nothing new.
Is he like addressing me right now?
No, he's not saying anything, as he still hasn't said anything. In maybe it's
I
in
will
fear.
lean in and whisper in Ivan's ear, but I'm sure people can still hear.
I mean, over the crowd and stuff. Like as long as you're not yelling.
I think someone might have a crush on you.
Cutlass?
Well,
Is this true?
Negative.
And Scout will like point their beak.
You kind of do like one of those nose up things to kind of
Yeah,
point in that
and
direction.
then like back.
Yeah, Ivan, you can see the figure as well at the table, and when you kind of glance at them, the head tilts down.
Bruce, is that you?
No response.
Bruce Banner.
No response.
Well, can we help you? You seem to have been listening in on our conversation,
I understood.
which was
that
private.
reference.
He was here when we sat down. You just want us to be mad that somebody was continued doing what they were doing?
I
Well-
was just having a conversation here with this man for you. found your way into the Oaken Barrel. He's a
Oh,
proprietor of an establishment somewhere tucked away in Deshawn. Where did you say it was again?
He finally raises his head and pulls back just the tilt of his hood, revealing the bridge of the brow and this sort of bent nose. And he says, Undershawn.
Undersharn.
No way!
When you say that, he
Can I get up
grins.
and give him like a big ol' hug?
Oh god.
Yeah. When you do, like, he happily accepts it, and you know more than like you can tell this, right? When you hug him, there's like a long, like he gets a deep whiff, like a strong whiff.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, man. Who brings you up around these parts?
We come topside time to time. We have to deal, and Captain Strickland, he has a way.
Yeah. Captain seems like a good guy.
It's good to see you, Ivan.
It's great to see you as well.
You don't remember my name, do you? Go on, say it. Scott. Yeah, no, it's not Scott. No.
Yeah, I know that.
Scout says it in your ear for you.
Skatan.
Skatan!
No, it's not Skatan.
None.
Khan.
Scott Khan. Scott Khan.
Of Skatan.
Scott Khan.
Scotty!
What's my name, Ivan?
Dickhead.
Is it correct?
The dead panda is incorrect. It's good to see all of you. It's been so many weeks. How is the pudgy one with the mess of a stomach?
Charlie.
Charlie, yes.
His name was Charlie.
Charlie didn't make it.
Oh, unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Yeah, there was one person in this group that probably could have helped him and decided not to.
Out of
I
game.
thought Charlie did make it.
Charlie did make it.
I was gonna say Charlie survived
Charlie's
just by the skin of his teeth.
fine.
I was about to ask. I don't remember exactly what happened, but he didn't die.
There's actually that's great because Frost still hasn't said anything yet, so he's still in character.
I swear I thought he died, yeah.
No, he
think we
he got
healed him
really
up,
messed
right?
up.
we're very lucky to heal him.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
He was on the brink.
Mm-hmm.
I did not help.
Rare NPC survival moment.
So he was
It's
going
okay, my brain will think he died, yeah.
eaten anyway.
Yeah, it's true. You were planning on
Well,
using him
meat
for...
is sparse in the bowels of Sean.
Yeah.
I
I mean, if you...
told you it was fine to leave him to be eaten.
What brings you to Upper Sharn?
I need help. And the captain said that he could get me slaves.
Of course.
I said that I could find more people that you would pay. Employees, Kakan. Employees.
Interns.
Unpaid interns, yeah.
Were those people you also told us that we were going to be rescuing?
I don't know about the other people. I know about Charon.
It's fair. We were tasked with the mission of saving his
Do you
one
think
friend.
this is a charity mission that I'm simply out to free the many? No, that's why I have you, Sera. Paladin of a god. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know your god.
The sovereign toast.
The sovereign host.
The sovereign. Of course, the sovereign host.
Come on, man. Don't be disrespectful.
Janet. That one.
Dol Ara specifically.
That's a terrible name of a god.
Yeah.
I don't judge. I mean, my name is Bellator. Didn't exactly win any prizes.
Look, you're a pirate, so I can't really.
Pirate is the job. I am a privateer.
Contractor.
Thank you. He gets it.
For whom are we making this distinction right now?
Is he going to be joining us on this journey?
Skakan? No, he has no skills. Sorry,
Oh,
Skakan.
thank God.
Well, no, on the flight.
Skakan has skills.
Yeah, I've yet to see them.
His scales.
Negotiations of business.
Well, I have you for that, Ivan.
Is he joining us
true.
on the flight, not
Are
the...
we becoming
rat.
friends?
Skakan will not be on the flight if there are individuals that are incapable of saying their many thanks in the form of multiple bags of coin. Skakan may have found himself some new employees, or at least some mild indentured servitude. Temporary, all things are. Potato, it doesn't matter. They'll be
Wait, are
freed.
we buying Skakan?
Your car is not for sale.
That's not what you told me down in the lower city.
No, Skakan can be bought, but he is not for sale.
Makes sense. Not on sale.
Correct. This is a lovely conversation.
Agreed. When do we leave?
We have a job to do.
We'll leave after nightfall.
So
Oh, that's true. You said that
What?
already. Yeah.
What
Sorry, get
choice
wrapped up in
do
these
we
things.
have?
Will that be a
Our catchphrase.
problem, then? Since you change,
I could be of use still.
could you?
You'd be surprised.
I'll need to sober up if I'm to be killing people.
No, if you begin to sober up, I'll choke you out.
I give you permission.
I might be all right with that.
We bonked him. Really, the Laden was just for variety's sake at this point.
Are you sure that you're not escorting him somewhere?
To the gates of hell,
Yeah, that's clear.
if we're lucky.
You understand the repercussions of a wild magic sorcerer. They're to be, well, removed. They're dispatched, disassembled.
I'll be fine in a few days.
I have made it clear to him.
He's figuring out some knowledge.
We will disassemble him ourselves before he can cast any wild magic.
So, that gives me so much hope.
Good.
Well,
Just
Listen.
send me in.
I
He's our
suppose
last resort. Let's say that.
I'll be waiting here then till nightfall.
He'll be
Might as
dead
well
before
stay
he
here.
even sees me move.
Perfect.
Let's take a nap.
I intend to be here for just as long as well. Is there anything else that I can do for you? I'm sure there are more questions you might have. What about you, Scout? You've been rather quiet.
I am scouting.
There's nothing to scout here, Big Bird.
Negative. There's many things to scout.
Well, everything here falls under my purview. What do you wish to know?
Many things.
Ask away.
I think
You
Scout
know who Scout's creator is?
stops to think, what would Scout want to know from this particular person?
When you ask that question, he kind of pauses for a moment. The head tilts. You see the mustache kind of turn as it waves with the momentum of his head shifting.
It's hard to say. We can't be made without someone of Kenneth marker, so someone from House Kenneth. Though I'm unfamiliar with most of your model. And your capabilities. You must have been a secret.
I am uncertain. I am Model 042.
Model
I have many
042.
brothers and sisters, as so my friends say.
So you consider them your family?
We have recently. I have learned of this world. Word family.
Aw.
So do you consider them your family, or is it your creator that considers them your family?
I believe it is just me.
Aw.
So does someone matter to you then? Do you have a chosen family?
I am uncertain.
Well, I suppose that you
What is
should...
a chosen family?
People that you wish to protect and keep around.
But I thought your family was your mother and father and siblings.
That's by
Trust me.
blood. It's from the pool
I do
that we
not
were...
possess blood.
We were crafted from. Oh, no, you bleed, Scout. I bleed as well. We just don't bleed the same color as, well, them. I'm sure you've noticed.
Affirmative.
That's our blood. It's not so fancy.
Scout, I don't have any contact with my blood relatives, and all of my old friends betrayed me. I consider you my chosen family. Because I want to protect you, and you the same to me, right?
Intriguing. I thought
Okay,
we
I'll
were
ta-
all
I'll-
friends.
I'll take that as a yes. Yeah, both. We can be both.
Friends and family?
Yep, exactly. Your chosen family is the family that you choose. It's made up of your friends. But
Then
in
I
my
suppose that
experience,
these are my friends and my family.
Oh.
see, I told you the little one was cool.
Well, isn't that charming? Sweet. Sweet moments.
What about you?
My family?
And friends?
Well, I have a few friends, and I had family. Blood family. But they all died so long ago.
And your chosen family?
And the closest that I have to chosen family these days is on that vessel, the LAS Horizon Trader. He's lovely.
Karen.
His name's Charon.
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 I look forward to meeting Charon.
I fear what that means for you. I like him.
I'm uncertain
Not everyone else's
what that
favorite.
means for me.
Well, Charon was a... Let's just say they broke the mold on that one.
In what way?
I haven't seen another like him. He's unique in that sense. I mean, I suppose he's more like you. Most of him is made of wood.
Ooh, that's interesting.
But
What
he's
kind of wood?
physically like myself, is as tall. He's just different. And he's honest, to a fault. That's why I like him. Even if
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
Even if I bother him, he'll inform me first and foremost. And
That is good.
I don't want to be on his
Lying
bad
is not
side.
good.
Lying is not good, that's correct.
Affirmative. But Sera says sometimes you must lie. For good
Sometimes
reasons.
we have to. Like when we prepare to board this vessel. We will have to make up our own cargo list and manifest as we find our way out. Though I've managed to handle that myself. It shouldn't be an issue, not pressing whatsoever. But it's all a lie because I'm going to be moving you. And you and you and you. And then we're going to take that ship.
Sounds good to me.
Good
Just-
old-fashioned carjacking.
Don't be
Who does the
surprised.
ship belong to again?
Which
Who
one?
cares?
The one we'll
True.
be taking.
Truly, who cares?
House Lyrander, as, from my understanding, I believe it's one of the 12 owned by the King of Breland.
Sounds like a dick to me.
Oh, the King, he's a terrible person. Absolutely horrendous.
They all are, right? They
Yes,
all are.
he's not exactly drafting the rights for Warforged rights at all. Not even a little bit. I'm sorry, my personal gain supersedes the future. I don't know how long I'm going to survive.
Do you not think you're going to survive very long?
It's hard to say. I may not survive the night with him in tow. Cain, I mean.
That's fair. That's fair.
Then why would you not want to increase your odds?
Well, if I had it my way, the moment that we left Sharn in my vessel, I would just toss him over the edge. That would drastically increase our odds.
I'm running
Not
some
wrong.
calculations. Yeah, I
I've
think
got
he's right.
Featherfall.
Not if you're unconscious.
I'll be taking the train.
You
At
don't.
least the express pass to Earth.
Yeah, you don't have Featherfall.
How long have you been a group of sellswords? I'm curious.
Scout will say the exact amount of days and hours down to the seconds.
And
And,
how
feels
long?
Which is not very long, right?
No, it's been just over a month. And how long
feels
has
like a lifetime
he been
with
exhibiting
friends.
this wild magic?
Same amount of time.
And you've chosen to stay in his company. That's
I tried to leave.
wild.
Magic.
Wild magic indeed.
Yeah.
Perfect.
He plays fetch,
Loyalty's hard to come by.
and it is a lot of fun.
Perfect. We're going to take our first break here. Now that you guys have negotiated, you understand what's at risk. And when we come back, we'll return as we board the Fallen and find out just how we're going to take the LAS Horizon Trader, or Horizon Treader even. So we'll be back in a minute, guys. Go ahead and do your bathroom breaks and all that jazz, and we'll see you un moment. All right, cats, we are back from break, and alas,
There's only 2 cats here.
here we are.
I got one somewhere. Oh,
So
there he is.
before we pick up, we did have some fun fan art that was drawn, and I wanted to take a
Yeah.
moment to share that. It was fan art given to us by, I believe, Ruvi
Ruvi, yeah.
of
my,
Anju.
my friend Woovie.
Yeah,
It's
so
really good.
you guys can
It
check this
is.
out. This is Anju.
Oh, look at Anju.
Yeah. Check him out there.
Absolutely. Here, I
Looks
gotta
pretty
grab
sick.
it.
So mischievous looking.
That is exactly what he looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Anju is mischievous.
Because
He is 100% based on my cat.
I love
Aw, the little socks.
I'm sorry,
Your
but
cat looks so cute.
that.
Yep.
This is Ralph.
Lucy,
the
look
real
at Ralph.
criminal. He's the real criminal.
So if you guys want to see more of that kind of artwork and thank Ruvi for the work, you guys can check that out. Ben's going to drop a Blue Sky for you to check out. And
Yeah, go follow them on Blue Sky
Yeah.
because they hate Twitter, as everyone should.
yes.
But just literally, I saw that art and I was like, I didn't really know exactly what he looked like. I mean, I knew he was just like basically a giant version of my cat that wore a cloak. But as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's I can't unsee.
It's
But yeah,
perfect.
go follow.
Give Ruvi a
Ruvi
follow,
makes a
guys.
ton of awesome
Check it
art.
out.
Thank you, bub.
Yeah, of course. We find ourselves returned back to the Oaken Barrel, but just outside. The captain has shifted his way to what, for all intents and purposes, is just an alley. It's the Oaken Barrel itself is sort of mixed in the middle of buildings. It's like a sort of hidden mole of a building just tucked away in the rear side of these alleyways. So the people that find their way there are general miscreants, individuals seeking illicit affairs, the sordid few. And he's found his way outside, never quite shifting away or leaving, but at this point you can tell that he has encouraged Cutlass to come back another time. You're given the signal. The signal has been given to you into such a way that you're just like, yeah, that's got to be it. He waves you on, and he motions.
It's time. Nightfall is upon us. Let's make haste. We're at least leaving docks tonight, even if we can't make it to that vessel.
Ivan, I'd love a D8 from you.
Oh boy.
A 4. 4 is manageable. The chameleon. This is not a form that is unfamiliar to you. We've seen it a few times up to this point. You're master of camouflage. However, as the night continues to dip on and cooler, you start to move extra slow. It's a cold-blooded creature, you don't like that. Do you find yourself nestled in with another player or other? What does this look like? Or
Yeah, I mean, I would probably choose once again to go in Anju's hood.
Okay. Who is
most likely?
Who's taking his things?
Friendship.
I will. I put him back in my compartment.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, I ADHD blacked out. What animal is it?
Chameleon.
Chameleon.
Thank you.
I'm tucked in here first.
Chameleon.
Stay
Oh,
warm.
chameleon again. Okay.
Yes, a chameleon. Perfect. You
And I will take place on Sarah's shoulders instead. Unless she's carrying
You're
Are-
still in bird
our
form?
Cain friend.
Cain,
No,
it's
Cain.
this has been a few hours. It's lightened up, right? The haziness, like the room isn't spinning around you anymore. You may have some tracer, in your vision, but it's not so bad that you need assistance moving around.
Yeah. I would let Scout perch on my shoulder.
I don't poop, so
Thank goodness.
Added benefit of being
Truly the-
Warforged.
Really the perfect pet.
Perfect.
Now, this is not necessarily a clandestine affair, but when we arrive, it's not going to look like much. In fact, it will probably look mostly like that of a shack. It's under a glamour. Yes. It's fine. Just trust.
Blindly. Wait, I can't talk.
Blindly. I'll say blindly.
He'll lead you through a series of alleys before you guys find your way dipping into the earth, and it looks as if it's a stairwell that sort of weaves around through the city. You can hear the machinations of movement above you. Think like a sewer system of sorts. Though this one is not occupied by the many, this is more like a vagrant pass-through. You'll find individuals that have kind of nestled up in corners and pulled their belongings next to them. They have the equivalent there of like haversacks and bags that have all of their collected belongings amidst them. I mean, you're peering at the homeless. You had to find your way down multiple levels of Sharn to make it here. You're only a few 3 or 4 levels before you make it into the grove below, where Cain was from. So, this is the city's secrets. Sharn doesn't particularly care for its homeless. This is where they find themselves. You're never given a wry glance. 0 expectations of you. No asks. The captain chimes in.
These were my people. Well, before this. And before the legend that was Bellator Strickland. Needle beginnings.
These are your
and all that.
family and friends?
I wouldn't say that. Certain empathy with them, though, for sure. Now I'm nothing more than a passerby. Apparently,
What happened?
I was gone so long that, well, they either met an untimely demise or they found their way into riches. I certainly think it is the former before the latter. It's hard to climb that rungs. It's hard to climb those rungs of success. We can't all be Richard Freelys. But let's move.
He pushes on. You walk for another 15 or so minutes before you find your way into an area where it's graded. It's not been, like, cemented out. It looks as if it's been graded, and you can see that it dips down to a lower level, and you're walking beneath the docks. As the docks continue to shift on, you can see the bottom of all of the vessels. And some of them are somewhat burning from their elemental ring. But none of them are burning very brightly. Enough so. Now, you know that these vessels are created from soarwood. It's sort of a magical wood in the area that rises from the Earth's surface, and it floats up to a certain point, and then it just sort of stops. They use the elementals to pilot them going forward, backward, side to side, making them more aerial than not. But you step to a second set of stairs, and these stairs rise up 4 before it hits a door. His hand follows up and traces this door into such a way And as it does, he stops. He says something. It's sort of silent, but to himself. It's this thrumming motion before a series of runes appear on the door, and it swings open as a cargo bay door. It falls down right in front of him.
Welcome to the Fallen, my humble abode.
Lovely. I can't talk, dude. Stop. This is a problem.
It's your internal monologue. You're internally monologuing sarcastically.
Well,
How's
go
it
on.
look? How's it look?
It looks like a door that leads to nothing. When he opens it, there's nothing on the other side. It's just
After
Skyway.
You?
Scout will go ahead. Scouts. Scout flies in.
Scout, when you fly in, the moment that you pass through the arch of the door itself, you start to see everything for what it actually is. He wasn't lying. It's a glamour, and it appears significantly larger from this perspective. Whereas before, it was just a door to nothingness. You're standing in a vessel. Sort of, yeah. You can see a series of cargo boxes in its cargo bay, and you can see a set of steps that sort of ascend upward. And for you, it just looks like a normal vessel. The moment that Scout enters into this, you guys can't see anything. Scout disappears.
Are you worried?
Yes. What magic is this?
What sorcery is this?
What sorcery is this? Dark magic.
It's dark magic. You channel magic from a false something in the sky. This is
false-
a glamour. It's a trick of the eyes. Watch. Watch.
One of those parlor tricks.
I knew that.
They're effective. They wouldn't be a trick if they weren't effective.
He steps in.
All right.
Are you coming aboard, or are you frightened?
I'm like
I'm coming.
Anju's
Yes.
like feigning confidence.
Perfect. You feign enough confidence, you deliver. Courage riles within you, and you take that first step off of what you believe the platform to end, and the moment that your foot touches the steel of the vessel interior, you now sense that you're inside of a ship. It's no longer the humdrum exterior, the wind sort of rushing through your hair. Now you're inside of a vessel. A true vessel at that, so far as you can tell. You're not quite sure how large it actually is, but you know that it's just every bit as large as some of the others that you've seen topside of the docks.
This way, come on. This glamour will remain for a few moments while we're leaving. It's never long enough for them to stop us, which is why we leave at night. Dock workers at night are rather lazy.
That explains it then.
Is he going to be okay?
Pointing to Cain.
He seems more lucid than before.
No, I'm fine.
And certainly not slurring either.
I think we have some things to help if he starts to get too anxious.
Well,
He'll be fine.
I feel wonderful.
I'll have to accept that. Not as if I had much of a choice in the matter.
That seems to be a running theme.
As you pass through the hull of the vessel, moving your way up to the steps to ascend to the upper side before you take off, you can see that really the Fallen is a ship, as he said, is in a bit of disrepair. There are multiple spots where it has been patched, albeit poorly, but it's still been patched. There is a large open area in its cargo bay. You don't know what you're expecting. It could be people or others. You are not sure. But as you rise to the surface, everything appears to be situation normal, right? Everything looks good. You can tell that it's had a few run-ins. And based from all you can determine, the only thing that stands out as different, aside from the damage that it's taken over time, is the fact that the front of the vessel itself has been added to. Some sort of addendum, if you will, to its design. There are spikes that drive outward like fangs from the front of the vessel itself, and it appears to be armored and plated into such a way that it's less about flying and more about ramming.
Fun.
Use
We're
this ship
just
for
stopping
combat?
here for the night, right? We're not going anywhere.
Well, we can begin our flight tonight. We'll be stopping briefly at a secondary location to pick up a few crew, but this is fine. It will be brief. They're simply boarding. It's nothing insane. Plus, they won't find their way into your steps. Most of them will be hiding the cargo. That's not a problem, is it?
I'm just not going to question anything else on this ship for as long
No,
as the rest of we're on it.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. It's probably for the
Yes.
best. Where is the jetty one, Ivan? Where is he?
He's
Probably
Well-
blending in with something.
I'll put my head down. He's
Ah, yes.
here. He does.
I'll like lift up a single foot,
Thankfully,
wave it
he's not
slowly.
the 1,000-pound toad this evening.
He's cold.
He's a chameleon.
That. Miraculous. An actual. You said curse? That is a gift. That's a gift.
Affliction.
That is what I said.
Well, if I would have had that when I was alive, maybe I would have liked being alive more.
Are
Hear
you
that,
not
buddy? He
alive?
says you're ungrateful.
Wait, does he not like it?
I can't speak for the lizard, but I think he
Unclear.
might be over it
Yes.
in a few years.
I'm
Oh.
sure it has its downsides. It's every night.
Every night.
Every night?
Yes.
Every night.
That's weird. He offered to touch my parts, and I only like doing it at night. Strange lot. Well,
If we fly, I might vomit.
oh, that's fine. Just vomit over the edge.
I will not go near the edge.
Why?
Because he's terrified.
If you vomit on my ship, I will stab you.
Do you have a bucket or something he can use?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. This wouldn't be a vessel without a bucket.
That'll suffice.
Of course, yeah. Why wasn't I thinking that?
A vessel cannot exist without a bucket?
No, it's what do they say? A stereotype type thing.
Scout takes everything literally also, so you have to, if you're speaking figuratively, you have to.
I've noticed that about my kin. They're all the same. Everything is straight and to the point. There's no
Yes.
sakura or wit about them. Boring types, the whole lot.
Yes,
Well, I don't know about boring.
you're a special case.
Thanks. That's what my mother said as well.
You don't have a mother.
I guess
you're
being
Warforged.
reincarnated will do that.
I was born once.
Yes, I suppose.
Mm.
Well, what did your mother say about you?
I was destined to be great and serve the divine or the sovereign host. Of course.
Must be nice.
She
My
said all
mother
of that.
lives a few levels up in charm.
It's in my family bloodline.
My mom always said I was wasting my potential.
Man,
Yours
I
is
heard that
better.
too. Wait, your mom told you were destined to serve
Serve a greater purpose.
a greater purpose, right?
Yes, that's the good kind of serving.
Greater
Mm.
good.
Yeah. Well, whatever helps you sleep at night.
Same
Anju
to
actually
you.
stifles a laugh.
Same could be said about you.
If there was a way that he could kind of laugh, like it's this short banter he's enjoying, and you can tell, otherwise he wouldn't be partaking in it so
Yes.
frequently. But he manages to find his way to the helm of the ship, and he places his palm over the top of what looks to be some sort of a dome-like structure. Most of you have probably never seen this, but as he begins to usher commands, It's not in the way that another captain would probably do so. Most of it is this borderline telepathic. It's a link between Lyrander approved pilots versus other. His is more of it's like whimsy. It's this sort of romance between them. Like he's really into his vessel. He's kind of warming it up. He's like, "Come on, we've been through some things, but we're gonna keep going, right?" And you see the flame sort of alight in this circle. There are multiple rings on either side of the vessel. It's like 2 and 2. There's 2 above, and you can't quite see what it connects to on the bottom. But these sparks ignite through the rings, and they start to filament and flow in this beautiful flame that erupts around this. And you can't quite explain it. But when you are around, you can tell when you're around creatures that sort of have that, like, there's a dominance that they assert. And then there's like a feminine presence. And there's this overall very dominant feminine presence the moment that the fire lights. It is this almost sound or hiss, and it's something that's preternatural. And the way that it sits with you, it's not necessarily uncomfortable. It's very matronly by design. It's like a protection. And as that flame lights, he gives it a tap. That's what I'm talking about. And the vessel slowly starts to shift forward. He walks back to you.
I knew it would be on our time. It's fine. She's rather lonely, though. I have to fix this. You ever been in similar situations? In anyone? No matchmakers here?
I'm a matchmaker.
Well, floored, actually. Please, I have time for stories.
Well, I don't want to get too deep, but I can tell that you are very connected.
Thank you.
To your ship.
Of course.
There are all kinds of bonds. That's actually what I tell people. It's not always romantic love, friendship, siblings, and other things that you can deeply love.
Of course. I'm familiar. But
I love magic.
Yes.
Yes. Magic. How does magic love you?
I don't think it's...
Can I slowly be working my way over to Scout to like
One
dig
way
into the pack and get the one of those orbs?
Yes. Yeah.
Of course you can. You will. I mean, I'm not gonna. You don't have to walk slow, right? Like you'll take advantage of this. You've been nestled up in his hair, and your body's just warm enough, and you'll find your way to that orb. It's no secret. Scout, like Ivan is pretty easy to read when he's in animal form. He either loves it or he hates it, and he's making his way into the location where these orbs are. Do you?
Yeah.
Do you kind of assist him with this or other?
Yeah, Scout will pluck one out.
Sure.
And, start running around or hopping around to spin it.
Okay. You do. You manage to tumble this, and as you do so, it takes a moment. There is a split, a crackle, and the lithium node breaks inside, and it starts emitting light. And there he stands. It takes a moment at first, but the chameleon becomes the man.
God, that guy is so cold.
Whew. What's that
Hey, guys.
supposed to mean?
No, not you. The chameleon. You're very warm.
That's what I thought.
Does this happen often? Are you a pervert?
Am I
He
a
is
what?
most definitely a pervert.
Bro, what are you saying?
Answer the question.
I mean, you're I hate to point out the obvious, but you're quite naked.
Being comfortable with your body doesn't mean you're a pervert. Listen, when I turn into the animal, what the fuck do my clothes do? They don't turn into the animal.
It's one of those
Well,
where
Ivan.
clothes don't go with him.
What do you?
know?
Yeah,
What do you
it's one of
mean?
those.
Scout has his clothes in the
I
way.
understand now. That's why it's occurred. Have you never met a druid before? You know their
You're right.
their
No, you're
armor
right.
changes with them.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, you're right.
Yeah,
Good
which
point. Good
is
point.
Why he's not.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen to me.
We can probably fix that. You know, they make things for this.
I mean, the main thing that I want is just to be able to fucking talk. I would agree with you that if I could speak, that wouldn't be such a bad time.
Scout? No, that Scout is a druid.
No.
Okay. All right.
We
Okay,
could
there's-
just
that's how you
need-
said that.
Well,
to learn
by-
how to communicate telepathically.
By we, I mean you and yours. You could find a periapt. They make those. Periapt of wisdom. Are familiar.
Heard of such things, yes.
It should allow you to communicate. It will raise many things, yes, but it might be able to increase your ability to speak as an animal. And if not, I know a guy.
I don't like the
sell
sound
it.
of that, but I also do like the sound of that.
I know a guy as well.
So we're neutral on the sound of that.
His name's Ivan.
I like the idea of having something that is more unique, let's say.
Understood. We all like our quirks, things that separate us and keep us different from the rest.
Look at yourself.
I take quite pride in myself, yes. I don't understand why many others do not. Why not you, Scout? You would... I could see some very fetching etchings across your metal surfaces.
They're gifts.
What? What is gifts?
These. My etchings. They are gifts from the Creator.
Oh. Is that what makes you turn?
Affirmative.
You can turn into all of those things?
Affirmative.
Huh. That's a very big
Yes.
fish. Can you become a fish?
Affirmative. But I do not think a fish would be efficient in this space.
I'm inclined to agree.
Turned into
feel
a
this
fish
is the
on top
most-
of me before.
Efficient form for flying.
You were flopping around on my lap.
Forms of yours we haven't seen, Scout.
Oh, you haven't seen them all.
I'm unsure.
Color me intrigued. What else
I
can you
only
become?
have
A bird, a leopard, panther thing.
It is a cheetah.
A cheetah, yes. The fish. Was there anything else?
I can also change into a dog.
A dog. A bird.
Affirmative.
A cheetah.
Yes.
A dog. What kind of fish?
It is a sailfish.
Oh, it's a very fast fish. As is a cheetah. What kind of dog?
God.
Really
One that barks.
good
Like a
one.
master? Something big?
No. I have it here.
It's a greyhound.
A greyhound. Yeah, that's what it
Oh.
was. I was like, I
Also
couldn't remember.
fast. Also fast.
So,
A greyhound.
let me get this straight. You have 4 forms, and they're all quite fast.
5.
5 forms. Oh, and I suppose I've only seen you as a bird. What is your 5th form?
It is my normal form.
Interesting. I haven't seen that yet. I suppose I haven't seen any of the others as well. Then if you have a normal form, then you have 5 forms. Is your normal form that fast as well?
It is model 042.
Interesting.
You should see them when you throw a stick.
Thanks so much, Storm. That is our second luck reroll of the night. Appreciate that, bud.
So if your purpose is to scout, what are you scouting for?
Depends on the mission.
What's your mission?
I cannot share that with you.
But why?
It is a secret.
Secrets have no friends, Scout. And you just
do
said
not
they were your
understand.
family. You keep secrets from your family?
Affirmative.
I suppose they're not very much family then, are they?
I do not understand.
Well, doesn't that sound worrying to anyone else?
They all have secrets.
Do they?
What's more worrying?
I'm offended.
I'm not here of my own volition. They are forcing me to be here.
You're the one that can literally
yet-
cause dimensional rifts with magic. And
yet
you're
it
thinking that
feels
you're
like-
forced to be somewhere?
And yet it feels like we can't get rid of you.
Can't do it on will.
Scout,
With enough tries.
do you know what my mission was upon my birth?
Negative.
My unit agenda was to slay the enemies of my controller. Which was people.
That sounds dangerous.
Yes. It was people like Anju and Ivan and, well, sometimes even Cain. But that wouldn't be beneficial. And I saw my way through it. I valued life.
But
I
you
saw
said
my
you
way-
weren't alive.
I was alive. And if my theory stands, you were probably alive once too.
What is your theory?
I don't know. My theory really is that I was
That you do not know?
I was once alive. I don't know how I made it back here, but I found my way into this body and, well, it's kind of interesting. I can do many things that I couldn't previously. I don't have to suffer from obnoxious things, weak fortitude, stomach issues. I didn't have to sleep anymore. It's kind of nice.
I do not have to do those things either.
Certainly. My question is this. Are you going to blindly follow your personal agenda, or are you going to start doing things for you, Scout?
I am not blind.
Let me ask you this. Whatever your mission is it really fulfilling your personal goals, or are you just doing it because someone needs you to work for them?
But my mission is my personal goal.
Then why don't you tell me your personal goal?
It is not to be shared.
Almost had her there, wise one.
We've been trying.
Then let me ask you this. Do you think it's possible that your personal goal will get your friends and family hurt?
It depends. It almost got me hurt.
Right, but we have a certain set of expectations. In our personal agenda, I was designed to kill. I knew that the possibility of me getting killed was always on the table.
Then perhaps it has always been on the table. I have not seen any of my siblings. None of them have returned. I was the only one.
So then are you saying that there is expected loss of those that you travel with?
Not expected. But perhaps there is loss.
Would you care if we all died, Scout?
Care in what way?
As in, would it bother you, personally, if they passed on?
Would you feel sadness?
I do not understand sadness.
And you're worried about me?
I liked it better before we started talking about this. This is all very reassuring,
This is
Scout.
I'm
Would
glad
you
that it's
sacrifice
reassuring.
one of us for your mission, Scout?
I would not try.
I don't like that pause.
What's up?
Yeah, there's a little bit of hesitation there.
What's up? You would not try? So you say
Affirmative.
you wouldn't intentionally sacrifice one of us?
But you would be okay with us dying if it meant succeeding.
If you chose to sacrifice yourself for my mission, I would appreciate that.
Well,
Well,
if you want me to sacrifice myself for your mission, I would need to know what it is.
I wouldn't hold your breath for that.
I had
I
a
do not
wild
need to hold
thought.
my breath.
Right, it's an expression.
What if you saying your personal goals and mission to your friends meant that they could help you reach success in your personal goal and missions?
Boom, this guy knows it.
Or it could harm me.
How could it harm you?
I do not know yet.
I don't
have
believe
not
you.
developed enough sufficient information to make that hypothesis.
Okay, what if you just whisper it in my ear and I won't tell anybody else?
You are actually the most risk.
Over the guy that's the magic dude that can't be trusted with that.
I have many secrets, Ivan.
Well, how about you tell me? I told you my
I do
biggest
not know
secret,
you well enough.
right? But that's all right,
If I do not have enough data on them, how would I have enough data on you?
because I am an unbiased individual who is also of your own kind. I walked the same road as you. I had a similar mission. My guess is a similar mission.
Your mission appears to be quite different.
It's because I chose free will over what I was told to do.
Your mission was to do damage to others.
It is, yes. Or it was.
I do not intend to harm anyone. My job is to scout.
Scout for
Many things.
Scout
like
threats to your friends and family.
I just so happen
I do
to
not
have
want to get
this
into more
very
trouble.
precious House Kenneth artifact in my robe right now. Bluff.
Go for it. Give me a bluff.
God, we're rolling for something?
Are you happy with that? That's
Use that
Interesting.
luck re-roll.
I cannot beat
you
that.
cannot beat that.
Damn.
Nat 20, 25.
Scout, you
To a
know
9.
for certain that he does not have anything.
I have examined your robes. You do not attain such a thing.
But what if I did?
You're not
I would be
playing.
very
Good point.
interested.
He's making a good point.
Scout
Knowledge
seems
is very
very
important.
interested in House Kenneth.
I
Maybe
am interested in
there's.
keeping my intelligence module increasing.
Is that your personal goal?
Well, what
I
would?
suppose it is one of my personal goals.
Well,
Why
what if-
would your intelligence module malfunction?
Because the Creator has gifted me with it.
Does it require maintenance?
I am uncertain.
Scout, is your creator still alive?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Interesting.
I do not know.
Where do you
Do you
return
think-
to after you've succeeded in your personal mission?
I do not know.
Are you thinking what I'm
blackout?
thinking, Metal Man?
I think we know this.
I think that Scout's maker is of House Kenneth. It's the only way that
Yes.
Warforged can be made.
Yes.
And all
Scout-
known leaders of House Kenneth, forge makers, died.
Affirmative.
Except
But she
yours.
doesn't have a mark.
Yes. Also that.
Hmm. Then you must be made by a bastard of House Kenneth. Some of their
Perhaps.
children can make.
Question. Do you have a mark?
I do.
He pulls open, like he lifts up his vest and rolls up the tunic, and he pulls up like a plate that's on the inside, exposing what looks to be like a leather fiber that has a deep stamp of House Kenneth.
It's nothing I'm proud of. It's my slave mark. It's to show that I was made by those that wanted to play God. And, I'm kind of grateful. Because
Then why do you not follow your mission?
my mission meant that I had to hurt people. On top of hurting people, it meant that I had to hurt Warforged. Like yourself.
Has your creator not come to find you?
My creator made promises that he couldn't hold up on. And then my creator died.
What kind of promises?
Well, that I would reach Juggernaut form. Much like what happened to Cutlass. It's a point of
You
prestige,
wanted to reach
really.
this form?
Of course.
If he believes
fighter
himself
class.
to be Strickland, then it was selfish of whoever took his mind and put it in this new body for them to expect him to serve them when clearly he is aware of their own free will.
It's true. If that stands, of course, and if that's the case, then you too were stolen away and put into that body. And based upon the
I do
intellect
not have
that you provide,
memory of being stolen.
that's the unfortunate thing about it. Neither do any of our brothers and sisters.
But you said you do have memories.
I can't explain it.
Have you
I only have the memories the Creator has gifted me. It is of all of you. And our first mission, as a group. We had many sub-missions, though.
Have you met any other Warforged who share your similar affliction of remembering the past life?
Or any that have gone against their mission? Even
Saber.
without that?
I have never met them personally, but I am aware of a select few that discuss a particular Warforged that has quite a depth of their memory.
Who?
How they address themselves as the Lord of Blades.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
God. Great.
That is who
The
Cutlass
Lord
and
of-
Saber used him.
So the
Worship.
Lord of Blades has memory and yet still wants to wipe out all humans.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you? If you were human, and then you died, then stuffed into a metallic body, and then told that you were worthless, and that you must be destroyed because you're not even an effective doorstop.
Yeah.
So it is revenge.
A lot of politics on that one. I try not to worry myself with it. It's much more fun to rob ships.
Well, that's a better outlook.
Hey, that's wild coming from a paladin.
Better, not the best, but better.
You were not able to convince Cutlass then?
And Cutlass has his own personal agenda. I think there
So
is
Cutlass
something
decided
there.
to defeat their brother on their own.
Oh, no. No, he was commanded to. The Lord of
And he did
Blades. He doesn't exactly take a liking to failed missions.
Neither does my creator.
Do you get punished if you fail your mission?
I suppose I would. If I do not succeed, I will lose my memory of all of you.
You know, we would never punish you if you failed us.
I'll be your
Nobody's
new
perfect.
creator scout. How about that?
What do you mean that you would lose memory?
I'm uncertain. I think it would just disappear.
Almost like your old one. I'm kind of subscribing to this crackpot theory, I'm not gonna lie.
Huh. Could you guide us to the Creator?
Perhaps. I do not think the creator would like this.
We just want to talk.
Theoretically, Scout, entertain me on this one. If I were to show you a map, could you at least give me a roundabouts area?
No.
Because you don't know, or because you wouldn't tell me?
No.
All right, Scout. Entertain me yet again. How about I point out on a map where I think you're from?
You may do so if you would like.
He reaches into a series of scroll cases before finally finding a geographical map of Corvair. And he lays it out, basically stamping his feet down to spread this large-scale map out. And he kind of leans down for a moment, eyes tracing over this, and he points down into an area listed as White Hearth.
Per my programming, would I affirm this?
You recognize the path traveled. You know by your tank tread, in your normal form, it takes you about 2.5 weeks. By cheetah form, it's about a week. And it's exactly where you're from.
Would it be okay for me to say? Because I know that there are things that I'm not supposed to say.
I mean, White Hearth is still big, right? Like, it's still really big. So that is a scout call.
Mm.
Not the wiggle room, bro.
Let's see. All right.
Wow.
Not back-to-back nat 20s. That's not horrifying.
Right?
I know. The dice are telling a story here.
I'm intimidated.
What does he ask exactly when he puts his hand there? Or does he just point?
Asks if that's where you're from.
It could be.
Is there any way to, like...
It could be.
Give me a
suss
sense
this
motive.
out?
Everyone
was
can give me a
like-
sense motive.
100%. That's not great. I mean, I'll use a reroll. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
you guys got 2 of them.
I like that you guys
The
think
exact
that I
same
can
roll.
bluff really well.
Give me a bluff. Mags, let's see what you got.
I have -1 to this.
Good roll. Oh my god.
Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I was like, it could be.
I don't know. I mean, it could be anywhere.
Everyone sees through it. Are you still in
Thank
hawk
God
form?
for that luck reroll.
Yeah.
He and you're in front of the map and you kind of like look up and tell him it could be, and he's sort of like he goes into like that traditional check squat, right? So like his legs are there holding the map apart, and then he like gets down to where he's on his knees and his butt's down, and he taps it, and he goes,
Funny. Me too. I'm also from there. But my maker died.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. I saw his body.
Did you kill him?
Nope. Would have
Was
been
that
neat, though.
before or after you got your memories back?
I feel like I had my memories the moment that I crawled out of that vat. It was a tube of sorts.
Was this before or after the Mournlands?
Well, that's what I don't really know. Because when I came to, everyone that had skin like yours, you were all dead or gone.
So your creator is a Warforged.
Maybe. But I could only be printed by someone of House Kenneth. Forge can only be guided by a member of House Kenneth.
Affirmative.
But only a Warforged can go into the Mournlands.
Yes.
Do you think that they... Now this is a wild thought here. Do you think that they can, like, that's a... They can turn themselves into Warforged and keep their memories?
Interesting theory.
In order to be able to travel through a place like the Mournlands and make more Warforged in a more secretive manner?
That is way above my pay grade. You'll have to talk to
Tell me
someone
about it.
significantly more informed. I'd love to be amidst them, but I am not.
Yeah.
I would also. If you find anyone like that, please direct them my way.
"Can I get a wisdom test from everyone, please?"
My mouse. Where's my mouse? There it is.
Stick with the
Oh my god, these rolls.
That's amazing. Scout's got a 12.
I rolled really bad too.
Sera has a 3. Cobalt has an 11.
Wisdom's not my strong point.
This
Wow, I rolled the highest.
It's like
This
wisdom is
is-
my highest, but I rolled really bad.
this is Anju. Only Anju.
Can I re-roll?
Of course you can, if you'd like to.
Because we have 2 re-rolls, right? It's the end of the evening.
Yeah. Scout
17.
succeeds. If you'd like to use it, any last takes on it?
I don't believe in rerolling that ones.
All right.
I
I'm
agree
here for
with that. It's fun just to have a nat one.
Yeah, for sure.
Scout and Anju. You recall upon your last meeting with Lady Eladrin de Cannith. She gave to you a letter tucked inside of that handy haversack that described to you a series of directions. She said you must first meet at Rukendral, find your way to the Bloody Market, seek out a man. That man will take you to a location, what is believed to be a hidden forge in the Rose Quarry. That location is known as White Hearth.
Yeah, Scout knew this the whole time that we were going there. And was very interested.
Okay, so we're going back to where y'all are from.
Scout. Yeah.
Anju, it's pretty clear that most of the others have not registered this information.
Yeah,
It's they're not
Well, it's funny to
remembering the
roll for something
destination.
that's in a text file on my computer. But I don't know if we've all read it or not, but
Oh, everyone's
We're all
read it.
headed there.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was just a lot of instructions, and it's hard to remember all of it.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a lot of fucking proper nouns in
A
this
lot of
game
places.
we're playing.
Yes. A lot of knowledge.
Oh, that's where we're going.
Yes.
We should swing by.
Scout, you
Your
didn't
parents'
say
place,
anything.
Scout.
Oh, that's, where I was built.
I did not think it was important.
Yeah, that's obvious. Or you were hiding it from us, which you should feel bad about, I guess. I gave up on trying to get information out of that one. You did a good job, though. We should swing by your folks' place.
Yeah, your creator.
Right, creator.
It depends on if the creator would like to meet you.
The creator doesn't sound super agreeable to me.
I am inclined to agree.
Well, perhaps we'd make a visit regardless. It would be great to meet the person who made our friend Scout, right?
Any friend of Scouts is a friend of ours.
Yes, just a thank you for creating such a useful and wonderful friend that has been a great help to us.
Anju's just admiring the manipulation that's occurring. We just want to
We
say
will have to see if the
thanks.
creator would like to meet you. If they would, then sure. I will be certain to introduce you.
Lovely.
That would be just lovely.
Scout, he sort of leans in a little bit, not touching you, but probably within hand's distance. And he says,
Between me and you, people that care about you shouldn't try to remove your memories. Those aren't friends.
But
Sounds
he gave
like-
me my memories. He did not take them.
Well, when you say that, it seems as if he threatened to remove them.
If I do not complete my mission,
But what
Yeah,
if
that's not what a friend does. That's what a
what a
master
friend
does.
does.
What if you do your best and you can't complete your mission through no fault of your own? Do you deserve to have your memories wiped?
my previous mission I did not complete to its totality, and I was still allowed to keep my memory. I was a given gift anyway. Normally, I am wiped every mission.
And what was
This
your
mission-
gift?
I was
You've
able to
been-
keep it
You've been wiped multiple times, and you know that?
every mission.
How many missions have you been on?
I am uncertain.
Because
I
of
guess that-
memory wipes.
Yeah, that does make sense now that you say.
Huh. Interesting.
This is horrifying, just on an existential level.
Yeah, you're like the Winter Soldier.
Just a bit.
I am no soldier. I'm a scout.
Scout, are you okay?
I believe so. All my functionality is at 100%.
It's all perfect. Just checking. I don't know what I expected.
Scout, and what do you do if you find out that you had other friends and he removed your memory of them? Or them? I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Someone of House Cannith.
I would think if they were truly friends, they would come find me.
What if the creator killed them? They keep a secret.
I do not know if the creator would do such a thing.
Maybe it's worth considering what they would do to keep their secrets. Because if they're
I shall
willing,
ask them.
if they're willing to wipe your memory, that sounds mighty fishy to me.
Fishy.
Scary, Scout.
Fish are not scary.
Suspicious.
Correct. It sounds
Fish are not
suspicious.
suspicious.
Not fish. The creator's actions.
Fishy. Fishy means suspicious.
I do not believe fishy means suspicious.
It does. It's lingo.
It does. It also means stinky. So just jot both of those down.
Noted.
The captain stands and he looks to all of you.
To Whitehearth. Then? Or are you still heading to Rook'n'Drawl?
But we can't go to Whitehearth, right?
Last I checked, you're still alive.
Yeah. So kind of need that secret passageway, you know?
Yes. We need to find this person. Phelan.
Yeah. In the bloody market.
I love that place. They have interesting
is-
meat there.
It does
What is
sound
it?
your speed.
Yeah, but you can't eat.
Well,
I
I did
can.
once.
That's fair.
Just promise when you get there that you be careful about what you decide to imbibe and ingest. You might find a vast array of beef products, but not one cow.
Lovely.
That's about the weirdest thing anyone's ever said.
I
Everything
do
tastes
not
good
need-
in a stew.
That's not true. That is just not true, at least based on
Hey,
my
you've never had
memories.
poop stew.
I
I meant beef.
was not ready for
Cracked
that.
You cracked him. What is it? Poop stew is what got you? Poop stew?
I am a 12-year-old in a 36-year-old's body, all right? All right.
Well, this has been illuminating. I have more concerns before than I've ever had.
What are you concerned about?
You know,
Mission.
yeah, that's a good one. And the overall success of what's coming.
Yeah,
we got
well,
this.
maybe like the fate of the world depends on it. We don't really know.
Okay, all right. Let me level with you.
We are good at our missions, unless you are petrified.
This, you believe in
You didn't
fate?
complete the last one. What?
You believe in fate?
Negative.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
I do.
I am also searching out relics of House Cannith. And I believe that this vessel that we are going to breach happens to have relics of House Cannith. It really is a multi-purposed attack, if you will.
What kind of relics?
Yet to be determined! All I heard was House Cannith, and it really sparked my plugs.
Well, this.
You have a mission?
It's vested personal interest. Perhaps I'd like to
You need
unlock
a
the rest
scout?
of
We
my
got a great
memories.
An adventure of intersecting interests.
Fate or something. I still don't know if I believe in it, but makes for interesting bedfellows.
I don't like that term.
It's a great term. You should start using it.
No.
Do you have to share a bed?
It's sort of like... Never mind. I refuse to explain further because you're not going to take it the way that it is said from my mouth. I don't have a mouth. From my faceplate.
I mean, you used to have a mouth.
I used
Okay.
to. I miss that sweet-ass mouth of mine.
See, this is what I need for when I change into an animal.
A mouth?
What did that?
A voice box.
Right. There is in the bloody market. There's a tinkerer there. You might have a pair yet. It's. I must inform you that it's going to be very expensive. But hey, that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, that's fine. I could talk my way out of anything.
Can you?
Yeah. Name one thing I haven't been able to talk myself out of.
The curse.
She did that while I was sleeping.
Getting fired from Scam.
That was your fault!
Wasn't my fault.
It was literally exactly your fault.
Those documents were forged.
With your signature, and you weren't looking over your papers like you should have.
You remember when I
I
mentioned
haven't
the
lived there in
pettiness?
20 years.
Remember when I mentioned the pettiness earlier? This is what I was...
Why?
We made it at least 10 to 15 minutes in to this trip.
Cain, look over the side.
I would
Can you-
like to use magic.
To do what? What do you want to do?
It's
Just want to release
dejected, just sad.
Just got a release, man.
You're blue balled of magic?
I would love it if I could do that.
All right, then
I
cast it off
hate
into the
being
distance.
restricted like this.
Then cast it off into the distance. Let it go.
I don't know about that.
I
No.
don't like the way that
No,
sounds
that's
either.
not a
Everyone's
good
like,
idea
no.
either. No.
Yeah, just shoot some wild magic into the
Into
sky.
air. A vortex
the atmosphere,
forms.
you know. Just...
Godspeed.
I believe in my heart that my next spell will work properly as intended.
No, we're not testing it on the falling. The
Cobalt,
falling.
would you like to cast a spell?
Do not encourage him, GM.
Doing my job here. All right.
Okay. Good.
You're good, or you could.
So I'm good.
Are you sure? Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'll surprise him later with it.
Oh, perfect. All right.
Threatening.
Is there any other conversation that you guys would like to have?
I'd like to rub my
Not me.
dragon shard.
Maybe a plan for this mission.
That's good. I like the planning phase.
You see, my various forms can be of different use. Just think that if I can't talk, I need people to tell me what they need from me, you know? Give me direction.
Well, we left 6 hours late, but we have less weight in our vessel. My intention is to meet with them in a 2-day period. I will re-signature the glamour, and then we will meet with the side of their ship. Those 2 prongs in the front will pierce the hull, and we'll hold on for dear life. That's when we
We're
must...
doing this midair?
Yes, did you think that they were going to land for us?
Bro, it's magic that keeps us in the air. If we just don't pierce the magic thing, the magic keeps magicking. It doesn't matter.
I thought we were going to steal them from a docked ship.
No.
No.
You're fine.
It's a mid-air heist.
You're
That's
fine.
right. It sounds exciting,
is
doesn't it?
Not
It's,
in
it's
my
extravagant,
wheelhouse.
romantic. I'm
Extremely.
if I had genitals.
I don't have fucking wings.
Very romantic, yes. That's
Yes.
Say if you had genitals.
I would probably be aroused. Yes.
He's attracted to
About-
his ship.
I love adrenaline. Unfortunately, that's the one thing that I wish that I could have back.
I can hit you with some lightning.
I'd rather you not.
That'd be funny, though.
It
I'm
wouldn't.
so glad to have the wrinkle in my brain devoted to your thrill boners.
If you have a wild hankering to cast a spell upon me, perhaps you instead not do that, because if I die, this vessel will not stop flying. It will continue on its trajectory, and it is up to me to turn that trajectory. And
Sounds
last I
fun.
checked, we're pretty high up off the ground, so good luck with that landing thing. Sounds like that's going to be very easy for Scout.
As if we're at night, I'm good.
Unless you have
Air
a,
is a little thin.
do you have a bird form there, Ivan?
Parrot.
Lucky dog.
No.
That one can kind
We
of
flew
talk.
together.
Interesting. Well, that's really rough for the three of you then. Guess no spell casting on me.
Shucks.
Gonna
I
pretend I'm
can't
part of the
snap.
floor.
I don't know why I snapped. He can't do that.
Yeah, think about it, Cain. Even if you tried to cast Featherfall on yourself, it wouldn't even work.
Worked on Anju.
Yeah,
That was
that's
before.
true.
So this plan again with the ship, we're gonna
Or, I
pierce
mean-
the hull.
Yes.
And then we
We breach the vessel. We
Rescue
grab
the
everything.
slaves.
yes, we rescue the slaves after potentially unaliving multiple guards.
That's fine.
You could say kill.
It's,
Not-
Who's
Not
going to
doesn't
take
have as
care
much
of the
zest.
slaves?
Not on the
They're
Vaughn.
not going to have any money.
well,
You're
that's
just going to bring them onto your ship and set them loose? Just to be recaptured again? Or beggars in the street?
Do you have a problem with beggars
God,
in the street?
Damning them to a worse fate?
They'll be taken to a jail where they're killed.
Why would you kill a slave?
That's the point of me taking them back to Sharn. They can buy their freedom. If they head
What
to
money?
Breland's cells, they will starve to death.
I'm
This sounds like none of our business, really. I
We
think
will
Why?
make
the less we know, the better about all that.
we
Why would
We'll
they
make
take slaves
sure.
to starve them?
Intersecting interests. Let's try to stay on track.
For the sake
got
of an interesting story, let's just say I know firsthand.
Are they going to turn them into Warforged?
Well, I did.
See, and then they get
Now's your chance, Anju.
a cool new life.
Wouldn't recommend
My
it.
chance,
Since
my chance to what?
Become a metal cat.
That does sound kind of cool.
That would be kind of sick.
I do like.
You could lick a metal dong.
I am kind of a sucker for
Once
the
he
whole like,
gets one,
warmth and
he's working on it.
emotional messiness of being alive. Not that, sorry, not that you're not alive. You know what I mean.
oh, I'm very much alive. You suggesting
Are
I'm
you
not?
alive, or are you just
No,
staring out
no.
of a window?
I'd use insensitive. Warm-blooded, mortal, whatever.
all right. Well,
Fleshy and soft.
regardless, we are going to help these people, and we're going to make sure they all come off the ship, regardless of what happens to them after. We will
Yeah,
save
they're gonna be fine. A life anew.
And where do you believe these relics are located?
Probably in the hull. It's not as if I've been
There.
on the vessel. If I were there, I'd either have been a slave or a patrician guard.
I'm good at sneaking and stealing.
That's great. There's a strong chance we won't need you to sneak.
We're going to be killing
No
them.
need to sneak.
Okay.
Want me to be the
Maybe
toad?
The airship.
I mean, I'm good at killing too, if I have to.
You want me to be a big toad and you can ride me into battle?
As much as that sounds thrilling, I found myself emotionally devoted to another.
Chip.
What do you?
It's not a sexual thing. You ride me like a horse.
You need to choose the words that are coming out of your mouth.
How else do you say that you're gonna ride a horse?
Combat steed.
I said
I
ride me
somehow
into
that's-
battle. You think we're gonna fuck into battle?
combat
You're gonna be like
Saddle
sex
down.
as we're running into battle,
I will
combat
mount
steeds.
that frog into submission.
bro. You will die if you touch me when I'm the frog, dumbass.
Not to me.
When you say combat steed, it sounds hornier.
How?
I'm just saying, man.
So I ask again, Warforged, would you like to mount me into battle?
You're not
Then
making
I
this
say
any better,
again,
Ivan.
man thing. No.
Why?
No, Ivan.
Do you want me to ride you into battle?
I think it'd be cool.
I mean, I'm not suggesting that it wouldn't be cool, but I...
Like, think about it, okay? Like, I do a big frog hop, and then we're like 10 feet off of the deck of the ship, and then you jump off of me, get another 10 feet of height, do a flip, land on some dude's head, I land next to that dude, eat another dude. That'd be sick.
You shit bones.
Do you just...
Won't you be too
I'm-
busy, I don't know, like captaining the ship and making sure it's properly
Yes,
slammed
that
into
is
the other
that is
one?
exactly what I intend to do. This is why I need you as the leading force, with your
Exactly.
holy smite and divine justice rain down upon the sinners.
And I will make sure that they are all taken care of.
So I'll stay back as the toad next to you as a guard in case anybody tries to kill you to de-steer the ship.
You are
Yep.
literally a chameleon right now.
Don't expect
I'm a
much from
human
me.
right now, dog.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though.
In
What do you
this,
mean?
This evening, you're a chameleon. You
He's
can't-
in human
No,
form.
if you turn the lights off, I roll again. I go into a different animal.
Yeah, you keep going until you
forgot
roll.
about that.
He
It's
could keep
random every
rolling.
single time.
And we could
Yes,
keep.
and
We
waste
could turn it
our
on.
life.
I thought it was per night. Okay.
No.
I like that this conversation also might as well just be happening in game because Anju wasn't fucking paying attention.
Oh, no, I was having it in character, yeah.
I'm not crossing ships, I'll have you know.
Well,
Perfect.
you can stay from the ship
I-
and just
The bonk. We'll just bonk. It's fine.
yes.
Don't worry.
I'll not be taking squeaks either.
When we arrive at our secondary location, I will be drawing forth a few more of my comrades, so that they will be doing much of the heavy lifting, much like yourselves. And Mr. Cain, you can stay back here on the vessel with myself.
We'll give you a crossbow and you can shoot arrows from across the way.
All right.
You know, I
There,
think
he has a
Squeaks-
purpose.
I think
I like
Squeaks
that.
is very brave and normal, and you know would be really proud of you if you.
I can remember so many times
Got the
that
fuck over
Anju exhibited quite brave attitudes. Oh, wait.
Don't.
He did manage to get me a little wet.
It was a good idea.
Again, phrasing.
It was a
Phrasing.
good idea.
We're working on our phrasing, right?
So many questions.
We're very bad at this. Very bad.
He
For-
used his
for
pouch.
What it's worth, I'm starting to like all of you. I mean, not as
Who do
much
you like
as
the most?
I mean, if I had to choose, I have a certain kinship and empathy to Scout, but no one speaks to my heart quite like you do, Ivan.
Yes! Fuck you,
Everybody-
Scout!
Everybody always likes Ivan.
Not Scout. Scouts that won't share their secrets with me.
Well, in a different life, perhaps it would have been you, Sarah, but I am devoid of so many parts, and you happen to really not like pirates.
No, Assassins is more for speed.
Oh, well, maybe we would have gotten
Everyone's
along a
only
bit more.
interested in Sarah's looks, not her heart. I'm sick of it.
Yes, only one saw to my heart. And not just my looks.
You wasted half of my first-year students' books. Ridiculous.
I'm missing so much context right now. And that's okay. I don't need all of that. At least yet. Let's see through this first
the
mission.
VODs.
How was
Well, you're not alone.
your first mission of sorts? You said what did they call you? Scout's Honor? You're registered now with the guild, yes? How was your first mission?
Technically, we
Failed.
It. Was
No! Wait.
And total success.
They took
We
too long helping
cho-
Charlie, and Saber got to
No,
the back
we
before us.
chose not to complete it.
We failed. Willingly.
Explain how we failed. Sera.
But as you said, we chose not to complete it because of moral obligations.
So you're saying choosing morals is failure? That's why you
No.
lie so much.
We were maybe gonna die. A little.
Yes. But we succeeded in other
Lightly.
ways.
We were like probably gonna die. So
We were threatened by
chose
Cutlass.
to live.
Wait, you Cutlass?
Bye, Saber.
Well, Saber at that point, and then Cutlass soon
Oh.
after, and
Oh,
then Cutlass
I
killed Saber because of us.
understand now.
Like, kind of our fault.
You're the reason that he had to kill his brother. Wow, and I understand why he's mad.
We made him have feelings. We made Saber actually live for himself.
I mean,
And that
listen,
apparently is not allowed.
I
fault.
think if somebody's killing their brother, you know, it's kind of on them. Maybe not about like, you know, blaming
We
people, but
showed
maybe just
Saber free
kill your
will,
brother. That seems like a youth.
and the
thing.
Lord of Blades didn't like it.
Saber gave us a choice.
We do strange things to survive. I know if someone held a flintlock to my head and said that I had to kill my brother or I would die. I didn't like my brother anyway. He was kind of a dick.
I wonder if he'd say the same about you.
I could imagine that he would. I didn't really get along with my family much. It's neither here nor there.
So you were not friends.
We were not friends. There was only a blood connection.
Oh.
Now no more blood, so
But, for what it's worth, I like all of you a lot more than I like my brother.
me the most, by the way, guys.
That's true.
We know.
For reminding us.
That's true.
Affirmative.
Though I do have my sights set on this Anju. You... I haven't heard my full name in a long time.
Well, yeah, no, I get around.
What do they say about me? Come on. Come on. What do they say about me?
You're kind of a legend. I mean,
Kind of.
He a swindler?
Well, I mean, I was never... Yeah. Look, we all have goals, aspirations, right? I never got as good as Mogmore. That's the real goal. That's what we all wanted. Hell, I even
What
learned
is
thieves
Mogmore?
can't. Mogmore? You... How do you know who Mogmore is? You said I was a legend. Mogmore is a
I
legend.
know, right? I know.
I forget how much of this has been above, like, in-game, but... Yeah.
You really don't know who Mogmore is. Dude, does anyone?
I mean, I
No,
do. Yeah.
I've never heard such a name.
Have I studied him at all in school? I
I'm
heard of him.
Black Cat one?
I'm trying to
Probably
remember,
not.
No.
'cause I don't think I've told anybody.
Yeah, I don't know if you told
Did we,
us
did we
all
mention him
about
by
the
name
Black
when it was
Cat.
first revealed that he was...
No,
I don't
I don't
remember
think
that.
so.
You didn't reveal that.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, everyone was there when I got the news, but
I think,
nobody knows
yeah,
their name.
out of, yeah.
I don't know if I was there, but
I think you were.
okay.
Well,
Fuck, now I have a choice to make.
Well, do enlighten us.
legend amidst legends. He basically wrote the rules of theft and the etiquette in the thieves' den.
Oh. A living thief legend.
Quite a bit so.
The legend.
You know, they never found his body. Some people actually say he's still alive. I'd love to see that. He'd be old as hell.
Or Warforged.
Or a Warforged. Oh my gods above, maybe he's a Warforged. Do you think he'd
Maybe
remember?
I'm a Warforged.
You are not. You are not. It is so clear.
I think Anju wants to look cool to this guy that so badly that I think he's about to name drop
Oh,
his
shit.
granddad for the clout. Did you know him?
No. He was... Legends. They didn't really keep much in the way of friends, did they? I suppose to rise those ranks, you had to see everyone fall beneath you, or use their heads as stepping stones and all that.
Mogmor was my father's father.
Bullshit. That's funny. Mogmor never took family.
Sure? You sure about that?
I mean, that's what people would say. Wait, what do you know?
Well, of
Hold on,
course
what do you
that's
know?
what he would want you to think. Well, I know as much as you do. Plus the fact that I'm related to him. My parents always told me he was dead.
No, he is dead. He's dead. No, he has to be dead.
Right.
That would
Or
shake the
Warforged.
criminal world.
Why must they be dead?
That's a lot of unpacking.
Please, unpack.
I
I can assist you.
This
Do you breathe heavily when you're unpacking? Should I do so as well?
Anju's like already like reconsider like I said too much.
So Anju, your grandfather is a legendary thief that
The legendary thief.
founded the thieves, essentially. Thieves can't, all of those things.
A crime god.
Wow. We've been walking among a legend.
A criminal.
Isn't thieving
Thank
illegal?
you, Scout. Thank you.
It is illegal. I'm being a bit sarcastic. I didn't, know I was associated with.
Royalty.
You're a bona fide bandit now, Sarah.
Pretty much.
Would you turn them in, Sarah?
This explains so many things.
You are not a product just because he is of your blood does not mean that you have to be the same.
Not for lack of trying.
If Scout
But
sacrificed me for her
unfortunately, I
purpose,
agree.
would you arrest Scout and then put her in jail?
I would
I would not sacrifice you.
For your mission?
You would sacrifice yourself.
I would never.
Didn't
If
you
Scout-
scream "kill me" a bunch of times, like 2 days ago?
I
Offended.
did nothing of the sort.
Okay.
You must have been talking to someone else.
If
Saw it on the
Scout were
tape.
to do something nefarious, I would intervene, yes. But so far, Scout has done nothing nefarious.
And you wouldn't, would you, buddy?
Not by choice, but I have lied.
Always with the qualifiers that are just deeply, deeply
You made me.
disturbing.
2 days. I have a lot to think about. A lot.
We'll be there in
You
2
as
days.
well.
We will be ramming their vessel in 2 days.
I won't be here for that.
You
Now, when you
Where
say
are you
ramming-
gonna be?
I will be not here.
Good
We
luck
could
with that,
probably
bud.
get there faster. But if I'm honest, I wouldn't push it. Right
2
now,
days is fine.
the Fallen's looking a little 50-50. I don't want to press my luck.
Yeah, let's
Perhaps
not.
I could assist.
I don't know how you could do that.
Scout pulls out an arm and weird
Like
wood
a
crafting tools come out.
Swiss Army arm.
Yeah.
While that is impressive, we have no spare parts. That's one of the other reasons that I wish to take the vessel. How do you think I keep the Fallen from falling?
Apparently you don't.
I don't appreciate the attack, Bear. It's only fallen a few times.
Well, hopefully not this time, so we'll take it easy.
I will see to every part of this in such a way that you'll all survive. I make
Tell
no
that
promises.
elemental if we fall, they will not be getting another friend.
It's true. I have to. It's a bit of a life debt. I have to see through the success of the retrieval of Charon. Oh, you love him. It's perfect.
How are we supposed to remove the elemental from the other ship anyway, logistically speaking?
You let me worry about that. Just know that if there is a 10 to 20 second period where we rapidly decline in elevation, that we will begin ascension shortly thereafter.
Rough.
Fuck yeah.
I will
I think I was
require
doing
a
this-
hammer and nails.
Form.
This is fine.
But now that the plan is set in motion, a lot of the details have been spilled. Everybody is mostly informed. We've now seen a significantly greater amount of Scout's background. Some things have come to a bit of a revelation, especially in regards to Anju and his relation to a legendary thief. You are about to hijack a vessel that is owned by the King of Breland under the enterprise control of Richard Freely, what may be recognized as a slave ship, housing multiple arcane relics of either House Fjarlin or House Cannith. That all happens next time. We end tonight's session here. How you feeling?
Oh boy, we're about to get.
Are
some
we the bad
action.
guys?
No.
Are we the baddies?
I don't know how Sarah's still with this group.
Because we have a greater purpose.
It's for love, baby.
Because Hal's on the
They're
ship.
good.
Well, she thinks Hal's on the ship. Watch it be like some random elf.
It's probably some random elf.
No.
Princess in another airship.
In real life, religious people are not known for rationalizing shitty behavior at all. So, you know.
I have very
Fair.
good behavior. It's the rest of
Totally-
you, actually.
All right, cats. That's our
Look.
show tonight.
I didn't lie before I met you, so
That's true. That's true. I think
Times two wrongs does make it right.
yeah. I think Scout has discovered as well that there may be some value in keeping your memory, and it may not be all friends who take your memory away from you. So, let's kick it off. Cain, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you, sir?
CobaltStreak, play indies, roguelikes, action, adventure, RPGs, shit like that. Yeah, like 6 p.m. Most days, 5 p.m. on the weekends. And we do D&D over on my channel on Thursdays, where we're doing the Sunless Citadel, where I play an angsty, elvish, psychopathic, assassin, ninja, elf that gets us in all sorts of trouble. And we milked a rat last time. We milked a horse-sized rat. I didn't take part of it. My mom and Devil Defect's girlfriend milked it. So come and join us, and you too can milk rats. Thanks.
What a
For watching.
sell.
I thought you said melting, and then I'm like,
No, milk.
did you
Milked.
say milking?
Nips.
They milked.
Milking rats.
My mom flipped over the giant horse rat with her eyelashes because she's a witch.
Wow.
So
they
much
extend
information
from
in
her
the context.
body.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They found dire rat babies, and they have no means of
Wow.
feeding it, so they're going to keep them and apparently train them or eat them, unsure as of Rhett.
Not me. Not me.
Yeah.
I said leave them.
Mm-hmm. Let's pop over here to Anju this go around. Anju, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
My name is BenBriggs. I am full-time musician and content streamer guy. You can find me at on Twitch at benbriggslive. I also am elsewhere as BenBriggs Music. But yeah, I stream roughly at least 4 days a week now. I play a lot of Link to the Past Randomizer. And yeah, I don't know, subscribe to my YouTube channel and come hang out in my chat. We try to keep it chill. It's a fun time.
That is a fun time. Yeah. Let's hop up to Tracy. As Sarah, what are you doing? Where can we find you these days?
Hello, everybody. I am Tracy, aka Miss Magitech, aka MagiRPG, and you can find me twitch.tv/MagiRPG, where I do tabletop games many nights a week these days. And then I also do just a lot of other fun content. I've been making a lot of TikToks, and they've been doing quite well. So if you're into TikTok, you should follow me there. And that's all. That's me.
Fantastico. Mr. Ivan Freely, FrostPrime, what are you doing? Where can we find you?
FrostPrime and all the places. I'm really sleepy. Sorry.
It's all good, man. I know we run late for you because you're an early boy.
Yeah, I'm a very early boy.
And this, last but not least, Maggie, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
I'm also very tired and an early person. I'm MargaretKrohn. You can find me at MargaretKrohn in all the places except for TikTok. I'm MargaretKrohn1337. But yeah, I do lots of things on the internet. If you want to see those things, follow me. And I make games and video games for a living. The project that I'm currently working on is called Ashes of Creation, and you can find it at Ashes of Creation in all of the places. And sub to Bub.
Thank you. That leaves me. Guys, I'm Bub. You already know what I do. You've been here for long enough. If not, hit the follow button. Come see what I do. Check me out tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I might be doing Nightingale or Pacific Drive or a series of other video games because there is so much out right now. Come see me.
There's more coming.
Yeah, heaps. That's it, guys. Have a good night. Take care, everybody.